Yes, people. Welcome back to another Sarcasm City Sports Q&A on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube, brought to you by myself, Flawless Mr. Take Note, and I'm joined by one of my regular co-hosts of the Q&A. My like Ryan is in the building. What are you telling me, Ryan? You good?
I'm good, fam. Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, man. All bless, and that. Just seeing obviously the the whole what's the word I'm looking for? The recap, the reviews and the responses and everyone's reaction to obviously Senegal winning the African Cup of Nations. And also on top of that, Salah's tears, everyone like, you know what it's like. When a big player goes through something like this, you're gonna get the criticism and like this is what happens
You
in that.
expect me to rise to some bait or something? Because I'm not going to.
No, I'm just saying what happened. I'm not even dating it. Is that also happened? Have you not seen Salah being criticized all down and being mocked all down your timeline?
I've just been watching Cobra Kai scenes in the last
Oh,
hour. I can't
okay,
lie.
then in it. So that's why in it. So you've not been on socials. So therefore, here's this guy again not listed in it. But But speaking of Cobra Kai, still not watched it, fam. But yes, people, please make sure first and foremost you hit the like button on the video. Hit the like button on the video. Share it across all the socials as well. Vitally important you do that. Share this across all socials and subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV. And when you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell as well when you hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell. People roll to 4K on Sarcasm City TV. We will get to the comments also. Big up to Cams. I see you there. Cams, if you want to link, shout me. But yes, people, this is the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A, and it's you lot in the comments run the show. So you get to ask myself and Ryan any sporting question, past or present. So it's any sport, past or present. So it can be football, it can be basketball, it can be boxing, it can be tennis, any question. And it doesn't have to be necessarily today on certain people's goats not taking penalties and shootouts. It can be
You
on
didn't
a
get to.
basketball. Oh, yeah, that's you see, this guy don't listen. What did I just say?
No, it's like you're.
What
Actually,
did I just say?
I'm not
Exactly,
gonna
because you
rise
sound
to
stupid.
anything.
How is it right? All I said was certain people's goats didn't take a penalty in the shootout. Is that not right? Did Salah take a shoot? Did he take a penalty in the shootout?
No.
Right. So what was incorrect in what I said?
Rav, the Nets lost 8 games in a row.
No. We ain't gonna bypass that. What did I? No. What did I say that was incorrect in that statement?
Nah, but it's nah, but you got that way of like having a dig at someone, but phrasing it in a way that doesn't show it. Do you get what I mean?
I have no idea what you're talking about. How is it a dig by me stating the facts? I said certain
Nah,
people's
because
goals didn't get to take a penalty in the penalty shootout.
the way
What is
you
incorrect?
the actual words and phrase that you use like to say it, the official statement you say is like doesn't show that, but I can always tell by the tone of your voice and the way you speak that like you're aiming it as a dig in it.
How is it a dig by
You're
saying
acting like
certain
I'm
people's?
stupid in it, like
I'm not. Explain. Let's get into this. I said certain people's goals didn't get to take a penalty in the penalty shootout. Where's the
okay.
incorrect
So
statement in
when you
that?
dissect it, yes, certain people you probably mean me,
I
and
don't know.
also
I don't think Salah's your goat though.
well now you're twisting it.
Is
Oh
Salah your goat?
no,
Right then. So how is it an aim at you then?
yeah, but can we just move on in
Yeah,
it? Like,
exactly. Because you look stupid. You know what I'm saying? Almost look as silly as certain people's
well, I know
goal
what
waiting
you
for the
you
fifth
mean.
penalty.
You're aiming it as a dig, maybe not to me, but to others in it.
How is it a dig? If Salah is your goal and he didn't take a penalty in the shootout, how is it a dig? How is it a dig by stating facts? Did he take a penalty or did I miss it?
No.
So how is it a dig? Please explain.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
exactly.
I
That's
can
what I
always tell
thought.
it's not the first time you've done it with other things before as well.
What stated facts and you got in your feelings about it? That's what you're
Yeah,
telling me.
because when you
I
state the
stated
facts,
facts and you
it's
got
the
in
way
your
you phrase,
feelings.
it's the tone of your voice and like the certain little words you use that when
What
you
do you mean?
use, you get what I mean? It's like I know you two. You're acting like I don't know you in it.
This is ridiculous. My tone just mean the way I said it in a normal voice. I didn't shout. I wasn't lower, and I said
No,
it
because there was
exactly
this
like
one
that.
time, yeah. I
Go on,
remember.
get
I
it
think
off
it
your
was
chest.
with
Therapy
Shameless,
settings.
isn't it?
Go on. This is
I
your
think it was
time.
with
Go on, fam.
Shameless, isn't it?
Go on.
You remember do you remember when we did Shameless a few months ago? And it was at the exact same time that Djokovic was losing the US Open final,
Okay. All right.
right? And I
Okay.
said that, oh, he's like 2 sets in a breakdown, he's getting battered, and
Mhm.
you were like, ooh, who's he playing? And I went Medvedev, and you went, okay. But it was the way you said it, like I just know you're aiming it as a dick in it.
How is it a dig by me
So then I
asking
went,
who he's
so
playing
then
and
I
saying
started
okay?
getting defensive, saying, But he's the second best player in the world, and then you were like, I don't follow tennis.
I don't even know who that is.
The tone of your voice.
You know what?
Using,
you could have said any name. You could have said your whatever, like one of your whatever your favorite cousins called. You could have said his name, and I would have believed you. I have no idea. I don't follow tennis in the slightest.
I'm trying to think who's my favorite cousin.
How you don't know who your favorite cousin is? You should have a favorite male one and a favorite female one. How don't you?
Nah, I have like a few favorite.
Well, my point is, forget this ain't about your cousins. What I'm saying is, you could have said any name to me at that point, and I would have been none the wiser. You could have said, "Oh yeah, it was Tom Richardson." I'll be like, "All right, cool."
You've done this thing before, innit?
Done what thing before? Stated facts, and you got in your feelings about it. That's what it is.
In that way, there, where like you sneakily having a dig, you know. I know you're acting. Oh, you're acting like you know, like you don't do it. Come on, man.
Comments let us know. I don't know what he's talking about.
Instantly call it out.
You called it out just now. You can't back it up.
At the moment, like.
I said certain people's goals didn't take penalties in the shootout. What is incorrect about that statement? And he's not even your goal.
Okay, maybe you're not aiming me at that dig at me, but you're aiming.
It's not a dig. Wait. How is it a dig? Where is the shot?
Come on, man. I'm not stupid, innit? Like,
no, I'm asking you to explain. Where is the shot?
Let's be honest. Salah will be certain people's like favorite player, innit?
Yeah, so, no. That's not what we're talking about. I'm asking you the question, though, bro. Where is the shot? Or did I just state a fact? No, I'm saying in general. How's that a shot? So I can't state facts anymore. Is this what you're telling me?
You're making fun of like you're having a shot at people who genuinely have Salah as their favorite player and really wanted him to win this game, and that the fact that he didn't get to take a penalty.
Where is the shot, though, is what I'm saying. Is that not what happened?
You're stirring it. You're like,
how am I stirring it by stating what happened? So Jamie Carragher tweeted out that Salah should have taken the 5th penalty. Is he taking shots? I mean, he shouldn't have taken. Yeah, he shouldn't have taken the 5th penalty. He said similar to the Ronaldo Portugal situation. He shouldn't have waited to the 5th one.
I said that as well. I think.
Okay, so you said it. So what's the difference in you saying it and me saying it?
No, but you're aiming it as like a dig in it. Like,
how am I aiming it as a dig back when we're saying the same thing? It's the same message.
Well, remember when I remember you said once, yeah, that you know when like you say something, yeah. I remember you said it with your mum as well. Like your mum tells you to shut up when you say before you've even like said something.
Because she gets in her feelings.
You're about to like aim a dig.
I'm not gonna say anything. I ain't aiming no dig. She gets in her feelings at facts too. My mum is the same. She gets in her feelings at facts too.
Yeah, why is it? I know what you're like as well. I know when you're aiming a dig, but you hide it in it. You try and hide it in it. You hide it with what you say in it.
No, this is the Q&A, ladies and gentlemen. You never know where these shows are going to go. This is why me and Ryder spent 10 minutes on this. Please explain in it. Please elaborate. How I can't state facts now.
Yeah, you're stating the facts, but in that
what's the problem?
Like, shit-stirry way, innit?
How is it shit-stirring way? I'm just telling you what happened. I said certain people's goals didn't take a penalty in the shootout. What is what? How is that a shot? Please explain. You still not explained yourself.
Because like you said, it's that really shit-stirring way of saying it to like the Salah fanboys, innit?
How is it? But that's not even a shot at them. They seen what happened. Carragher said it. You said it. So what's the difference in you and Carragher saying it and me?
Because you're saying that to the Salah fanboys, right?
Yeah.
They're like so upset that he didn't get to take a penalty and he lost in it.
Mm-hmm. I even mentioned him losing
it by the way you're delivering it. But you do it in a very good way. I'll give you that.
How do I deliver it? How? What are we talking about? I said certain people's goals didn't take penalties.
By the way, by certain people, who do you actually mean by that?
People who have him as their goal. Because like we've just stated, certain people, you just mentioned Salah fanboy, certain people, that is their goal. Certain people think he's the best player in the world, where James Redmond currently right now.
Now, he thought it was Mane that time, innit?
Yeah, no, but I'm saying word to him because that's a phrase he's coined in it. Best player in the world. Like, that's why I thought, as soon as I said it, I thought of him. So I'm asking you in it. I'm stating, so I can't state facts no more. This is like Bainesy who's in the comments still upset at me.
Knowing it, like
Bainesy got mad at me yesterday because I was laughing and he was like, your laugh makes it worse. I'm like, why are you blaming me for my laugh? Bainesy said that to me yesterday.
Right, so your laugh genuinely makes it worse.
Okay, you know what you do? Why don't you get mad at the person telling the jokes that's making me laugh? Why is it my fault?
Because it's shit stirring even more, innit?
How is it shit stirring if I find it funny? How do if I find it? So why don't you get mad at the person who stabbed you initially?
Nah, I hear that. You get mad at that person as well. But you get mad at you as well. It's both people.
Why am I to blame? Because when people, which has happened, when people send shots at me, you laugh. That's okay though, innit?
Yeah, but your laugh is like Your laugh is that really like evil laugh. Do you get what I mean? That really like horrible laugh that digs that knife in deep. That you've got that really shit stirry laugh, like
How is it shit still with me selling facts? So you know what? I'm glad Peter's here because I don't understand this. You know what I'm saying? Yes, Peter, what are you telling me? You good? I'm
Yes,
here
bro,
just
what
being
you saying?
abused at the
I'm
start
good,
of the
man.
show.
What's happening? What's happening? Is
So
Carlos being a victim again?
No. So we opened the show. We opened the show up. Yeah, I don't even like how he delivered that. See, that's a shitty delivery right there, innit? So we opened the show.
That's a shitty one.
I'm introducing the show.
We're
and then we're getting talking about AFCON. This is right at the top of the show. Bear in mind, we're only 12 minutes in. And I turned around and state, this is all I said, verbatim. Certain people's goats didn't get to take a penalty in the shootout. Then Ryan, who is Salah's not even his goal, got his knickers in his twist over it and started saying, you're taking shots and red. So I'm like, where is the shot? I'm just stating a fact. Did Salah not take a penalty in the shootout?
Yeah, Ryan, this
Where's
180 you've done on Salah is disgusting. Stand on it. You don't like him.
Yeah, like where is the shot? So then what me and Ryan have been going back and forth on over is he's like, oh, you were taking shots. And I'm like, where is the shot by me taking facts? And he said, you didn't even have nothing. What is your point? You said I said it in a shit stirring way. Well, I just stated the fact. What he said, Jamie Carragher tweeted about it. What's the difference?
I didn't watch a second of the AFCON final. I'm not going to lie.
You didn't miss nothing.
Under the games today.
Oh, it was a rubbish game, fam.
You didn't miss nothing.
That's what saying. I haven't really watched sports for like the last 24 hours until now. I just turned on Hawks and Mavericks on my TV.
Oh, Mazza. Hawks and Mavs and that. How did the Sunday League games go?
We lost the first one, but we won the second one. My legs are fit.
But do you play 2 games in a day?
Yeah. Well, we played 2 today because we had to cancel last week.
Well, how long is each game?
70 minutes. It's 7v7.
Wow, 2 70-minute games in one day.
Yeah, no, my legs it's not good. It's not good.
I'm fucking not surprised, bro. That's torture, fam.
Look at this unfit guy.
It is what it is. So now it's good to get out and get exercise, but yeah, I just went and had brunch with my parents, and everybody's all talking about AFCON. I'm like, I have no idea what's happening, but it's kind of nice to be like disconnected for like 24 hours.
But basically, like I was saying, certain people's come.
Like, how come your name's free loser? Like, what's happened?
Oh, because he didn't play yesterday, and Kuka was playing right wing, and I just
why was he in the squad?
Yeah, he was on the bench.
He was on the bench. He didn't play.
Come on.
Really?
No, I know.
Which is a surprise. Yeah, I'm surprised.
I saw it cleverly off
from what I've seen, from the bits I've seen of him, like comps and all that, and little highlights, I like him, to be fair. He looks.
Well, we got the clean sheet in it. That's all that matters. We back up. You know what I'm saying?
We coming back.
First clean sheet in 3 years, and that.
Hey,
you know
West Ham.
What did you say? 3 years.
Since they beat you 3-0.
Just to beat you in the Prem, are you excluding
in the Prem? Yeah, first in the Prem. Yeah, in the Prem. Since they last beat you, that's the last clean sheet.
Since they beat you guys before.
What? That's the SAR 3-0 game.
Yep.
Yeah, 2 years
that
ago.
One.
Wow, that was the last time they kept a clean sheet in the Prem.
Yep.
That's why it was very important. We got one, so we back up. You know what I'm saying?
That was pre-COVID. Well, pre-lockdown.
Yeah, man, we back. Yeah, exactly. It was a long time ago, fam. This is why I think they'd had like 4 or 5 managers since their last like Premier League clean sheet. Look at Ryan Buffalo.
We coming back.
Man. You know what I'm saying? Hodgson's Hornets in the building. Let's go. We out here. But yes, people.
That's a very good appointment, to be fair.
It is. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Normally shows, I would actually say shows do start like that with, people trying to put dirt on my name and that. And Ryan just having to back
Were we late again? Were we late
again? No. We was on time. It was just Ryan trying to throw dirt on my name, saying it's in a shit staring way. Then he was complaining about my laugh. And I'm like, why not get mad at the person telling the jokes, not me laughing? Never understood that.
Says it. Like, Baines in the comments.
Yeah, Baines is mad at me now because he was getting trolled. And I was laughing, and I'm like, why don't you get mad at the person telling the jokes? Why is it on me? Stop it at the source.
Wait, talking about what happened to Statman?
Oh, Bainesy got trolled yesterday in it, like after the stream, like for a good 2 hours in it. I Surfer in it. You know what I'm saying? Surfer was there. Like, you got trolled in it. Like, walked through. Not by me. That's all I'm gonna say on that.
I was gonna say, because I told you guys I wasn't gonna be on that Lakers stream.
Yeah.
I hit up one of my friends. We went out to Ohio, which is like 40 minutes away.
Yeah,
we got some pizza, and then I drove like the back road up to Santa Barbara, like all pretty and all that stuff. And then I just went bar hopping, and I was like, they think I'm watching this game? They are crazy.
Lakers went to overtime, didn't it?
Yeah, it did go to overtime.
Lakers won in overtime, so they're down 21. Then they were up 10.
Analytics like really, really shit though.
Yes.
So how come the Lakers also taking the Lakers to overtime?
It was proper.
The Lakers were down 21. Then they were up 10, and they somehow. They did that in the same game and then somehow ended up in overtime. I didn't really
want Lakers make the playoffs.
I mean, they will, but they'll be in the playoffs for about a week and then they'll be on their way to Mexico.
Did they make them last year?
Yeah, they lost to the Suns.
They got bounced out by Peter's team.
Devin Booker put 47 on LeBron's head and said, "Go home, old man."
Large up everyone who is locked in. Don't forget, people, the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A. You get to ask us any sport in question, past or present, people. So it can be football, it can be boxing, it can be basketball, tennis, whatever sport. Members' comments do take priority, like a super chat as well. So if you see me going to the same names, I'm not ignoring you. But if you wanna, obviously, if you want your comment or question to take priority, either become a member. Link is underneath in the description, or super chat. Either or. Big up to Daniel though, who says so happy for Senegal, and Edward Mendy. Big up to Cams as well. C1's in the cut, says Mane Koulibaly, Kings of Africa. Ryan, for that Mane disrespect, fucking hold that. So he's taking shots at you. You man have a little rivalry still.
You know,
you lot have a rivalry still. It's funny.
That means C1, yeah. It's funny still. It's a respectful one, isn't it? It's respectful.
Well, it's respectful on your end, not his. But we move. Dan says, "Congrats to Senegal."
Ryan, just call Reece James that. It's all good. Cash money.
You know what? I actually do like Reece James, but I think I made a mistake. I actually think Trent is better than him still.
Oh, you think?
I told you, Ryan. I told you. I remember we had.
I actually think because obviously Reece James been injured recently, but even then, like I said this probably in like October, November. But the more I watch Reece James after that, and Trent's defending, like, is his defending like really, really good? No, but it is improving.
Ryan,
and I look at Reece James and I think, you're not amazing defensively as a thought, to be honest. You're good, but you're not like amazing.
No fullbacks defending is amazing at elite level clubs. Yeah. None of them are.
But when I looked at it, I thought, when I seen some of the stuff that Trent's done, and I deep it, and like his passing, it's not only his crossing, it's his passing is unbelievable. And I just think Reece James, like, you're good, but you can't pass like that in it.
Right? This is hilarious because Ryan, we had this debate. You're like, Reece is better. I'm like, I just disagree.
Yeah,
with
I swear this was an agenda.
I
believe it was.
I'm happy to be wrong.
It went so left. Like the Trent slander went so left. I had to defend Trent. Trust me, guys. I love slandering Liverpool,
bro. I'm happy in it to be like wrong in it because Trent's my player in it. But I was wrong still.
Yo, is that Lewis or Timo?
I think so.
That's got to be Lewis.
What's up, man?
Yeah, there we go. I knew it was one of them. I couldn't tell who it was.
Which one is it?
Speaking of that, it's Timo. It's Timo. But speaking of this, obviously we got to skirt over for more serious issues. So CR says here, Overmars made this decision after discussion in the recent days, a series of inappropriate messages sent to several female colleagues over an extended period of time underlines his decision to leave the club.
Happened?
So Overmars has left Ajax because he's been sending messages.
Basically, Ryan, he's a creepy pervert. Basically.
Yes, he's sending inappropriate messages to female colleagues. I said this before. God, the universe, bring the flood. We failed.
Is this
as
Marc
a human race.
Overmars, the ex-Arsenal guy?
Yes.
Yeah. The same Overmars.
He was director of football or something, wasn't he?
Yes, Ajax. Yes, no longer. He resigned because of this. This all broke tonight. So yeah, fuck Overmars. I feel for any of them women that he made uncomfortable. I'm glad he resigned. He should have been sacked. Hope he doesn't get another job in football. We need to start making a mark. Like, these stories are way too frequent. Way too frequent. God, bring the flood. Pretty much. That's my thoughts on it. Like, it's just ridiculous, these type of situations.
I'm just going to read about it now, actually.
All right. Dan says, Egypt went to extra time and nearly pens in every knockout game. They weren't that strong most of the time, so the better team in the tournament won. I hear that. Big up to Bainesy, still in his feels. He says, I would have watched this show, but Flawless is on it. Sad times. I miss you too, fam.
What happened to Statman?
Oh, he got cooked, fam.
Well, by who?
He got cooked. Who do you think about it? Who? I'm not trying to get cooked by this person, but think about who was left when you left. It was me.
Mimi cooked him?
Yep, absolutely.
Oh, really?
Burnt to a crisp, fam. Blacker than my PS4. Burnt to a crisp. I'm telling you.
I'm trying to think, like,
burn.
Because usually when she tries to turn it on me, I just turn it on Flawless.
Yeah, I know you do. Yes. Burnt, fam. Yeah. Burnt. She was just going in on Ronaldo and stuff, innit? And he was just, when someone's just taking all the bait. This guy was just taking all of the bait. I surfer, innit? This guy took all of the bait for like 2 hours after the show.
Bro, it is what it is.
To the point where he got mad at me and he's like, I'm gonna block you, Flawless. I'm like, yo, what did I do?
I didn't do anything.
I didn't do nothing. Like, so we took all of the bait in it, all of the bait. It was like Drake and Meek, like it was like that taking all the bait.
You guys haven't been around when Watford are losing, and you're really in the trenches. Like, you guys think the trenches are bad. Yesterday, imagine they conceded one of those goals. Oh, it would have been so unpleasant.
Wow,
man. I need Watford wins just for like our stream sanity. Fuck.
Yeah, we are in the trenches. We with the loaded pistols, half a bulletproof vest, but we out
Hey,
here.
Flaw was showing up late, trying to jump in behind us, making sure we're getting shot first. And then
Hey,
know what he's doing.
Hey, you just said, yeah. You just said normally when it gets stuck on me, I just blame Flawless. That is pretty much what everybody does. Surfer does the same shit.
I don't blame you, fam.
It's the Surfer does the same
Ryan,
shit.
Ryan, you would. That's the easiest solution.
Yeah, it's easy. Because then, whatever, man. I ain't even saying too much before I get cooked. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep the show moving on. Big up where we at, lads. Everyone in the cut.
This man can't even speak his mind. Yo. Hey, you know what? Like Mourinho once did, free my guy. Free my guy Flawless. Where did this man go? Hey.
I ain't saying nothing, yo.
You sound like Timo there. I ain't saying nothing.
I ain't saying the word to Timo. I ain't saying nothing.
You know what's fire about this? I live so far away, she can't pull up on me.
I ain't saying nothing, yo.
Like guys, if I lived an hour away from Mimi, it'd be a long day. I would not.
I ain't saying nothing, did it? I got nothing but love and respect for my babes. That's all I'm gonna say on that. Moving on, where we at?
Pressure severely.
Shut up, yo.
This guy's 2 bad Watford results from just being fully in the mud. This guy is praying for a Watford win at the London Stadium on Tuesday, low key.
Oh my god.
This guy needs it. You know that when you watch along, he's checking the Watford game on his phone. You know.
Absolutely. That's my team. That's my team, Watford. So yeah, I'm gonna be checking it on the bad debit that, making sure we do well, making sure that if our loser stocks is higher than that.
Bro, if I see Kuka over Lusa, I'm tweeting Watford. It might be angry. They blocked me.
I might quote tweet you still. I'll quote tweet you to back that up a bit. Like, we gotta sort this out.
Last time I tweeted Watford, I got suspended for 12 hours, people.
Yeah, it's because you were wilding with what you said.
I was trying to encourage them, and they
you was trying to encourage.
It's not my fault.
Oh, yo, yeah, you don't get your questions in before the show goes any more like south. Like, oh my god, Peter's hilarious.
Yeah, I'll stop derailing us, guys.
Oh my god,
I'm getting
yeah, we'll blame you. My coach coaching the All-Star game. Let's go. Oh, is it the Miami Heat coach? Is he coaching the All-Star? Who's coaching for the West?
Monty Williams, of course, the Suns. So the best record for each conference by the cutoff date, which is today, February 6th, their coaching staffs are going to coach in the All-Star game. So it's going to be the Heat coaching staff for the East and the Suns coaching staff for the West.
Yeah, well, I hear that.
Yo, Bainsy is going for Salah, you know.
Yeah, Bainsy been on
going for him on every single form of social media. Bainsie's going for him.
And
Daniel,
Daniel,
why people are trying to heat Salah so much, other than like it's funny that he lost and he cried and it's hilarious.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
But like,
that's pretty much it. Go on.
Egypt did well to get that far.
Absolutely did.
To be fair,
that Egypt team is so bad. Let's be honest.
And like, it's not like Salah missed. Or did he miss like an egregious 1v1 in the 120 minutes?
Nah, he didn't do nothing, fam. He didn't do nothing.
It sounds like nothing.
The game was so boring.
You know what it was? And that's why Ryan was upset at the start. It's because he didn't take a penalty in the shootout.
I mean, cool. I hear that. Like, we always do this whole like revisionist history and like hindsight is 2020 thing with shootouts. Like, yeah, he probably should have taken one. Cool.
I think he should have taken that fourth one. The guy, and I know it's easy to say that after the guy missed, but for me, that's always kind of, if you are, level at that time, that penalty just before it gets to the fifth round of penalties is the most important, because that puts the other team a match point at the end of the day. Like, for me,
I hear that.
If Salah scores that penalty, the amount of pressure that's on Mane to then score that penalty, for me, Salah had to take that fourth one for me. And I mean, it's kind of hindsight at the end of the day, but it's just one of those things. I think he should have taken that one still.
They had 2 hours to win it, like an open play. So like, if we can complain about like order of penalties all we want, but like, guys, there was 120 minutes where it sounds like nothing happened.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened.
Play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah,
like we want to run jokes on Salah, and we'll do that shamelessly. Yeah, we will. That's just part of the game. But it's one of those things, man. Like, it's not luck. Like, there is preparation that goes into it, and fair play to Senegal for getting it done. But like Egypt, I don't know the actual stat for this, but I've been thinking this. It's very rare for a team to win 2 consecutive shootouts in the same competition.
Yeah, it is very rare. I think I'm trying to think. Did Spain do that in one of them?
No,
Spain
no.
didn't.
I
Okay.
don't think so.
Not like you know what I mean, but like especially in like a knockout tournament for like international teams.
Facts.
I mean, Italy did it, which almost never happens. Italy did it this summer, but like I'm trying to think. It's usually if you get multiple shootouts in a competition, you're losing the second one. That's just kind of. I don't have the numbers in front of me, and I know it's kind of like anecdotal, but I'm trying to think. Other than Italy this summer, I can't think of a team that went to 2 shootouts in a knockout round and won them. That's only because they have one of the best shootout goalkeepers like in world football. To be honest,
yeah, man is saying in the chat Italy. Oh yeah, members only mode is on as well, people.
I said
so make sure I
Italy's
get
the
to
only
your
one in
questions.
recent memory.
Yeah, they are
Like,
that I can think of.
Let's see, who did Costa Rica? Or no, it was Greece played Costa Rica in the round of 16, and then Costa Rica won, and then Costa Rica lost in a shootout against the Dutch, I think, in World Cup in 2014. In 2018, were there any other multiple shootout teams? Shit, I don't remember. Off top, I just don't remember.
Brazil, Mexico.
That was a group stage game.
Nope, that was around 16.
No, it wasn't. They were in the same group.
Round of 16, I think.
Are we talking 2014 or 2018?
14 World Cup.
They were in the same group. I swear they were. It was Brazil, Mexico, Croatia.
Who said this? Which World Cup is this? 2014.
2014. Yeah. Group A was Brazil, Croatia, Mexico, and South Africa. I swear it was, or not South Africa, Cameroon. I swear that was the 4 teams. Mexico beat Croatia on match day 3-1 to go through.
I forgot because Brazil,
Mexico drew 0-0. That was a game Ochoa had like 7 saves.
Yeah.
Ball space. See, guys, I know ball. Don't question me.
You do Brazil, Mexico, Croatia, Cameroon. That's an excellent memory. That was the group.
I remember because I was where I live in Southern California. There's a lot of Mexican people, right? Okay. So when Mexico played in the World Cup, everybody's out. I remember I was at a pizza place when they were playing Brazil, and I could not believe some of the misses I was seeing from Brazilian Fred at the time. It was unbelievable. But now, like winning multiple shootouts in a competition is rare. It's exceedingly rare. So, like, I don't know, like Egypt they're a team that operated on fine margins because they're not like the most talented. So they did well for themselves. They fell at the final hurdle. That's disappointing, but hey, it's knockout round football, man. That's how it works.
Yeah, it is. And like you say, with Salah, should he have taken again? Hindsight's beautiful.
Sorry, it was Brazil against Chile. It's Chile, my bad.
Was it Chile? You have to again. To me, you put your best penalty takers first, in it. To me, that's just common sense. Like if 1 to 5, you put your best. Like, why would you add pressure to your better penalty takers? You want a good start.
That's true.
If you want your good start, if we're all taking a penalty shootout and it's Peter, Timo, you, and then me, it should go in that order. Peter goes first, Timo second, you third, me fourth. Like that's how it should run. I don't understand putting Ryan first, then me second, and then our best penalty shooter waiting for the 4th one. The 4th one might not happen. I don't understand that. It's just as obvious as putting your best players in their best positions. You play your best. You wouldn't play your best right winger, not on the right wing.
There's
me that makes no sense.
That's what Egypt were doing at the beginning of the tournament.
Yeah, there's different schools of thought though for like.
Go on, talk about it.
Like for me, for any of you who don't know in the comments, and I don't know why a lot of you would know because I don't really publicize it, but I coach a high school girls team here at my former high school, right? So I coach the girls. I'm assistant coach for the football team. So we had a penalty shootout in the quarterfinals for playoffs 2 years ago, and everybody was so nervous that like I had to select who was shooting and kind of talk to them like individually. But all right, here's the thought process. Here's what happens. Pick a spot on the goal, hit it there. The goalkeeper saves it, and then I can live with that. But don't second guess yourself. Don't overthink it. You've been chosen for this for a reason, right? And like, obviously, we shouldn't have let the game get to this point. We had 2 hours to win the game, and we couldn't. But this is what we're going to try and do, right? A lot of it is like confidence can play a role. So when it's not simple, it's just like talent. Like, I mean, they're all professional footballers, right? You'd have a certain degree of confidence, but like those people, like David Luiz, for example. Juan Mata missed in 2012 in the first round, so we were down 2-0 in the shootout. Here comes David Luiz on a 30-yard run-up on 2 bad hamstrings, and he puts it right in the top corner. I don't know why David Luiz, the psychopath, is even aiming for the top corner at 2-0 down in the shootout in round 2,
It
But,
sounds like David Luiz, though. That's him.
That's the kind of like irrational confidence that you need, right?
Yeah.
That you need to like succeed in that like environment. You know what I mean? And so the girl on my team who ended up hitting the winning penalty, we went to sudden death in round 6.
Mm-hmm.
She was 14 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And she told me she'd never taken a penalty before in her life. And I was like, look, it's really not that hard. Just pick a spot on the goal and hit it there with as much pace as you can. Okay? If you miss, it's my fault. If you make it, you're a hero. It is what it is, you know? And it's just, you have to it's very delicate. You kind of have to like read the room with your team, and you kind of have to like read people's temperament and judge whether like you trust them in that moment. I genuinely tend to lean the way, like if somebody really wants to shoot one and they're a more experienced member of the team, I just let them do it. Hey, if we die because you kill us, then that's fine. But I'm not putting this ball in the hands of a 14-year-old girl who's never taken a penalty before unless I can help it, you know? But like with professionals, people will be confident about it. People will be not confident. Teams will have done their preparation. I do think I don't like leaving your best penalty taker for 5th.
I think that's
I don't personally. I would just get them out of the way.
Yes.
I would prefer to get weaker in a shootout as you keep going.
Yes.
Like I put my 3 best penalty takers as 1 through 3, and then from there we can kind of figure it out.
Facts.
You know?
Absolutely. Like that's exactly what my thought process is on it. And that's what you do. You should do as a manager is you find out, you're like, all right, whoever's left on the pitch, you say who fancies taking one. Then you see who puts their hands up. If you have 5, then you figure that out and go with that 5. But as professional footballers, so you're talking about 14-year-old girls taking penalty. As a professional footballer, you should be confident enough to take a shot from 12 yards and score. This is what you get paid. This is what, and yes, people can say, oh, the pressure and stuff like that. They're not robots. I hear all that. You're a professional at your job, and you get paid a lot of money to deal with this pressure. This is why it's not one of us for taking that. If we're talking international tournaments, you're talking Africa Cup of Nations, you're talking Euros, you're talking a World Cup, you're talking a Champions League, even a FA Cup. You're paid the big bucks to be under these situations. That's why you get paid this money, because with that can come a lot of pressure.
Well, look at Middlesbrough.
Look at their penalties. Quality. Their penalties were top notch. I can't believe the penalties I was seeing.
Their penalties are exceptional.
Yeah, exceptional.
There's only one dodgy one that.
Yeah, there's one Henderson should have saved.
Henderson was kind of poor.
By the way, Henderson, man, he's shit.
Like Sol Bamba stepped up, fresh off cancer treatment. Right, it was just back in the.
That was such a good penalty.
It was right in the bottom corner, like pure pace, and I just had to laugh. I was like, I can't believe I'm watching this.
Ridiculous.
That Bamba penalty was brilliant.
And here's the thing: is if it's like. Whether it's like not at a professional level, so if it's us playing Saturday League or Sunday League or Peter's coaching, that's different. But pressure in that situation, it's a shot from 12 yards. This is what you get paid to deal with. Deal with it. I'm saying I want to hear, he was nervous.
Pressure was too much,
the pressure was too much. You know what you signed up for. You know
paid a lot of money at the end of the day.
Like to deal with this situation, like legit. That's why even when it was the Portugal the Portugal shootout, I can't remember which one it was. And Ronaldo's telling Martinho, it might have been the one they won, and others to take the penalty. Like, take the penalty, man. It's a shot from, because if you'd fancy your chances if you got a shot from 12 yards in the game, in that 2 hours of football. So now because you got to do the long run up and stuff like that, now it's a situation. Deal with it, man.
I would 100% if for whatever reason I'm on a professional football pitch in the final of a major competition, give me the ball. Like I have the irrational confidence. Give me the fucking ball.
Absolutely,
like, I have it. I'm not telling you I definitely make it, but like I just don't care.
See that's me as a professional. Me now as me playing football, I'm not trying to take a penalty. I don't have that type of irrational confidence. I'm a decent penalty taker, but I'm not taking a cup shot. Oh, you did there? Yeah, I ain't allowed all that. I've took one. I take him
as center back though.
Yeah,
I'm the only one who's just not afraid to do it.
Yeah, I took one, but the reason why I took one is because no one else wanted. We won the penalty in the game, and like some of our attackers were missing, and then the guy who took it before me missed, but it was a retake. So I ended up taking it and just sticking it top bins, calm. But it's like I ain't taking no penalty, but that's not my game. I know what I'm good at and what I'm not. I don't have that irrational confidence that you need within football.
Bro, if I could take all 5 of my team's penalties in the shootout, I would do it. I don't even care.
You're a joke. Like I said, it is on the members only chat. So yeah, continue to get your questions in, people. Yeah, go on, Peter. What was you gonna say?
Nah, we could get to the question.
Yeah, all right, cool. Question to the panel. So why was it fine for Kane to be slandered to take the first pen? Everyone was mad. Jeez, you all right, Timo?
Yeah, I'm good.
This guy look like he just woke up.
Calm
This guy is
down.
mashed
I'm
up,
good.
bro.
I fell asleep during the PK of the.
Yeah, I know you did. We heard you snoring, fam. I was
Yo,
here.
Timo, your hair's going like 4 different directions. What's going on?
Yeah,
man.
He's like
Guys
there
had
and then there and then
Oh
there
my
and-
god.
Yo, Timo, get some rest, fam. The Q&A ain't going nowhere. If you tired, get some rest,
All
fam.
good, man. All good.
All
Yeah,
right, cool.
Timo, you
sit-
all right? You tough?
yeah,
Hey,
you
the
tough,
Lakers
right?
got a win yesterday. Big up to you. I still
Yeah,
gotta watch the
serious.
stream back.
Oh, fam, watch it back. Hilarious. Never seen Timo so subdued and chilled out and just kick back to relax.
I
This
heard
guy could-
that you guys, people on the stream, were just turning on each other because the Lakers are getting cooked.
Yeah. And Timo could even form sentences at one point. I'm asking him questions and this guy forgot how to speak English. I
The
swear down.
The composure was gone.
It was gone. Like I asked him a simple question, and this guy was just talking. I'm like, yo, why can't you talk? Like it's just normal. Like we have to. Like I was like, I just asked him a basic question. It was a simple, and this guy couldn't answer. I was like, what is going on? I was like,
All
yo.
of you talking about how you haven't seen Timo simp. That streak is over.
Yeah, there you go. Look, you better turn off your camera. But yeah, why was Kane slandered to take the first pen?
You have to answer this.
Kane slandered? Wait, what's he saying? Did Kane take the first pen and score?
I don't
I
know.
think I can answer this.
Yeah, go on, because I don't remember. If he took
You know
the first pen, I don't
You know
remember.
the
him
problem
He did
with
take the first
England's.
pen and he
You know the
scored it.
problem with how England handled that final.
Go
They
on.
put on Rashford and Sancho. They hardly got a kick, right? You had Saka take the 5th one. He's never taken a penalty, right? It just didn't make like logical sense. You've got people coming in cold off the bench who don't really have like match rhythm.
Facts.
Relied on to take pens and Rashford and Sancho, and then
Facts.
Saka, who's never taken one before, is your 5th. So I don't think it's a Kane specific point of slander. It's more so the English experienced players as a collective just handled that very poorly. Like if I was Southgate, there's no way in hell
Saka should be 5th.
with PK. There's
Do you
no way.
think? Do you think
There's
an
no-
example
So here
of
it
someone
is.
like
So
that?
here it is. So this was it. Wait. This
It
ain't a
was Kane,
4-1.
it was Kane, Maguire.
Yes,
Kane,
Kane,
Rashford.
Maguire, Rashford, Sancho, Saka.
Yes.
Yeah, well, that's terrible. That's terrible.
And
Well, it's
who
when
was
you
on
look
the
at
pitch?
maybe-
Who was on the pitch at that time?
Peter,
you know.
it's when you
One
look
sec.
at an experienced player like Luke Shaw who didn't take a penalty that game and you also let Elang and we don't know the full details of the conversations that went on or the order of the penalties, but also Luke Shaw the other day letting an inexperienced youngster in Elanga go in ahead of him as well to take a crucial penalty as well.
And that's the thing. It's more so a criticism of the experienced players as well as the coaching staff. Like you're throwing, you have to like read the room. Donnarumma just saved Sancho's penalty, right?
Yeah.
And then Pickford makes that
Save
save.
Jorginho, yeah.
You're throwing a 19-year-old kid who's never taken a penalty in against Donnarumma, who feels like he's on top of the world. Let's be honest. None of us thought Saka was really going to bag that.
Yeah, we all
No,
knew.
I never knew. I never.
We
thought
was
he
on
would.
the. I was legit on the watch along. I think it was me and Tox on the watch along.
It's me, you, and Tox.
Yeah, we was like, he's gonna miss, and we was like, he's going to get racially abused as well. On top of that,
yeah.
That's
the first thing I said. We knew this.
As soon as Donnarumma, as soon as he went the right way on Kane's penalty that ended up in the side net, I was like, oof, long day.
So here's who was on the pitch. So you have Pickford, Stones, Maguire, Phillips, Sterling, Kane, Shaw, Grealish, Henderson, Rashford, Sancho, Saka.
Yeah, I'm not tolerating Shaw, Grealish, or Sterling not wanting to take
Henderson as well.
Jordan Henderson either. Like I'm not
Henderson, Grealish, yeah. Sterling,
you should have the mentality to go and take a penalty.
Take it off the younger man. Like, what's wrong with you in that, man? Like, take it off.
There's no way I'm Jordan Henderson in that huddle, and I'm hearing Saka 5th, and I'm saying, "Yep, that's tight."
No, if I'm like Luke Shaw, Jordan Henderson, all these other guys, was Kyle Walker in the pitch? I don't know. I'm saying Saka 5th. Nah, let me take it. You know, I'm saying that. But like, if I'm any of them, but I don't know. But I think
like you had Grealish, you had Sterling, you had Luke Shaw, you had Jordan Henderson, you had other options.
But YG Jez, I don't. Just to address the question by YG Jez about Kane, I don't necessarily remember Kane getting slandered for taking that first pen. What I think might have happened with the slander he got was, why didn't he? I think people would have just said, why didn't he take the 5th? Maybe forgetting that he took the first. I think possibly people maybe forgot he took the first because it's right at the beginning of the shootout.
Absolutely.
So I think that because I do remember that happening. It was like, oh, why didn't Harry Kane take one?
I remember criticizing the entire team for being cowards, like the senior players as a collective. Yeah. What the way it played out, it looked cowardly.
It's very cowardly. And I don't like calling people cowards, but that is. I'm not saying they are a coward. I'm saying that's a cowardly act. There's no way Saka should be taking the 5th pen. You have Grealish, who's a £100 million player. You have Henderson, who was captain of Liverpool. You have Luke Shaw, who's played at Manchester United for many years. Like they're free. You
have Sterling. You have Jack Grealish.
Like, why you ask your question? It's also
this guy sorted out his hair, innit?
No, why these manager pick this young players to take a pen? Why
and that falls on the manager.
Yeah, Southgate had to take a lot of blame.
And the fact there that Black Diamond says it's not unsure. The manager said he chose the penalty takers. Are you talking about Southgate or are you talking about Ragnick? Either or. What I'm saying is, this is just me merely guessing here. There's no way in either of those shootouts, I don't know which one you're talking about, Black Diamond, you'll let me know, that Shaw kicked up a fuss about it. Because there's certain players I know will kick up a fuss. There's certain senior players who will kick up a fuss.
I'm kicking off if I'm in that huddle. I'm not saying I'm not saying I can disallow this and I can change the order, but I'm kicking off in the huddle. I don't care.
Yes.
I'm falling out with the manager right there.
Yes.
There's no way. There's no way you're leaving the fate of our tournaments, the fate of our magical run in this tournament to a 19-year-old kid standing across from Gigi Donnarumma, who's never lost a shootout in his fucking life. There's no way.
In Wembley.
And you've never taken a penalty.
It's in Wembley.
There's no
and
way.
You've never taken a penalty. Like, come on, man. That's why. And I don't believe Shaw kicked up there.
I'm doing a Chelsea. Oh wait, I'm grabbing the clipboard and saying, "Get out of here. We're coaching ourselves now." No.
Well, someone has to stand up and.
Would you blame Ratney for that? Would you blame Ratney for that?
No, I blame our senior players. Shaw should have took one. Again, see how come stuff. There's no way that Alanga should have been taking the penalty before Shaw.
The United situation, it got to like round 7. So at that point, whoever hasn't taken it yet can just go up there.
Yeah.
You only have to plan 1 through. You only plan
1 through 5, but then once the 5th one, once it goes into sudden death, that's where the manager and the team should go into overdrive. There's no way Shaw should let. And I can't remember who. I'm gonna Google it. Can't remember who else is gonna pick. Shaw should let me
half line. Looked at Alexander like, yeah, go for it. This is a good idea.
Well, that's sure. He let Dalot take one before him. You're the senior guy.
Dalot's young as well.
Yes, this is what I'm saying. But you didn't take one. I don't like it.
If I'm Sterling, if I'm Jack Grealish,
I think Kyle Walker was on the pitch as well. I might be wrong.
I'll tell you no. Walker might have got taken off.
If I'm any of those senior players,
Walker got taken off.
Okay.
Yeah, if I'm any of those senior players in that situation, Trippier was on the pitch, wasn't he?
Trippier got taken off.
So who was playing as back for England at the time?
So this is the team. So it's Pickford, Stones, Maguire, Phillips, Shaw, Sterling, Kane, Grealish, Henderson, Rashford, Sancho, Saka.
Yeah, there's 4 names before.
Stone should take one. John Stone should take
one. Sec, I share the screen now. You look and see it.
There's 4 names I hear before Saka's taken in PK.
Yeah,
I kind of hear the Rashford thing and the Sancho thing, but again,
Rashford and Sancho because they've been. I don't know if they've been in shootouts, but they've been. Rashford, they played in Champions League. They played in pressure situations. You know what I'm saying?
Should have brought those 2 on a bit earlier.
Yeah, but also, he's subbing him on in like the 118th to take a PK.
Yes.
It was like what David Moyes did with Mark Noble this season when he brought him on for that penalty against United in injury time. Hadn't kicked a ball and he missed it.
Yep.
I agree with you, Peter, and what you said. And he should have brought them on earlier to actually win the game.
Sterling should take one. Trippier.
Not even necessarily to win the game, but allow them to get some sort of rhythm for the game. You're basically taking that penalty cold.
Yeah, you can see it there. So you can see Trippier, Walker, Rice, and Mount all went off.
Yeah, I could kind of see the Rashford Sancho thing. I could tolerate somebody defending that decision, but the Saka thing, while you had some of those other players, no way. There's no way I'm leaving my Euros like future up to Saka. There's no way. Like I respect the kid. Like I think he's brave for wanting to step up in that moment. That's great, but I just don't see how that huddle didn't result in fists. I don't get that.
Yes, it should have been. It should have been so much of a kickoff that we noticed it, and the commentators are talking about it.
Yeah,
bro,
it
should have been. I don't want to hit. Bro, it should have been the final kind of kickoff. It should have been that.
Yes. So this is why I don't want to hear, the manager took it. Like these man just go, let the manager do something these man don't like. We're gonna hear about it. We've heard about players before, so I'm not hearing like players let that slide. There's no way we in a shootout and I'm letting Ryan take one before me. No chance. We played on the same team. Not a chance. No chance. Give me the ball. I'll do this. Like, and there's nowhere near the level.
I'm in that huddle. I'm fighting somebody. I don't care.
Yeah, you have to like kick up a big fuss, a major fuss, to the point where it's a talking point.
Like,
These players
I'm at the
chickened
point
out,
where,
man.
like, if I get banned from the national team, but we win that tournament, I don't care.
Yes,
Like,
because I think my winners
you're
medal.
5 spot kicks away from your country's first international tournament victory in 55 years. And you let it boil down to a 19-year-old kid who's never taken a penalty, when you had Jordan Henderson, who's had at least 500 professional appearances under his belt on the pitch.
Captain of Liverpool, Champions League, Premier League winner.
Yeah,
He's
you have
been in these
Raheem Sterling as well.
Been in
3-time
these
Premier League winner
situations.
to that point. You've got Luke Shaw. You've got Jack Reece. Like, nah, I'm not having that. I'm sorry. I don't care what they
John
say.
Stones should have been one of those as well.
I don't care what they say. I'm not watching as a senior player. I'm not watching that 19-year-old kid step up as number 5. I'm not doing it.
5,
I'll
you
follow
know.
the team right there.
5, and it's not even to win
Speaking
you.
of
It's
that-
not even to win you. 1 sec. It's not even to win you the trophy. It's to keep you in the shootout.
Yep.
That's what makes it even worse. It's not even like there's a safety net where if he misses, the shootout carries on, so you can be the hero.
Yeah.
It's like this is to save it, man.
It's
Like,
the
you kick up a
deciding
fuss.
penalty.
Yes, like you kick up a fuss, man. Like, nah, man, I'm not having that. I don't like calling players out personally, but you deserve to be called out for that. Everybody involved. That's ridiculous.
Everybody mocks Kepa for kicking off in the League Cup final because he didn't want to get subbed off. Like, everybody gets that, and I understand that, and I don't condone what Kepa did. What I'm saying, as a collection of senior players, there's no way I'm following that blindly. There's no way.
Absolutely. And to Times to Shine says, thing though is he one of the best penalty takers? Does age really matter? If he was one of the best penalty, because I know there's not much difference between him and Sancho, but somebody mentioned there Sancho took penalties for Dortmund when Haaland was out. He's never taken a penalty, so how do we know he's one of the best penalty takers?
I don't want my guy's first penalty to be the 5th spot kick in the European.
And he has, and if he's taken no penalties in his career, then I at least want him to have experience of being in big game situations. So Champions League, so Premier League, something. Saka's not been in Europe.
And then what they'll say is, to response for that, people that Southgate or people just said, oh, but he probably took them really well in training. Training's a whole different ball game to a real match, especially a Euros fan. Yeah, it's all well and good doing it at St. George's Park on a Monday morning or whatever for fun. But when you're in there, Euros final, the biggest match, the biggest penalty in your country's history, let's be honest, it's a whole different ball game.
And Saka's never been in that situation. Like I said, he's not played in Europe before for
Arsenal. Do you honestly think he was ever being in that sort of like?
It's ridiculous. Like I said, if he was banging
some Arsenal slander in there.
Yeah, like is he? It's not even like he's the penalty taker for Arsenal, and you can bank on that.
Yep.
If he was the penalty taker for Arsenal, yeah, it'd be like, all right, at least he's taking him for his club. Like, you've never, like, Rashford, I've seen Rashford. Rashford took, even in the PSG game when United did the whole turnaround, Rashford took the penalty. He's been in this type of situation before. He missed. Sancho's at least been in Champions League games and played in high intensity and high profile Bundesliga games. Same with Henderson at Liverpool. This guy's captained his team to Premier League and the Champions League. Grealish is an £100 million player. Like, this is not what even John Stones.
Titles.
He's a Premier League winning centre back, and you give it to Saka. Saka's the worst option.
Yeah.
Outside of Pickford, he's the worst option.
Even Pickford, being in
like to take a bet, it is ridiculous, isn't it? It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's stupid. It's stupid.
Nah, Hendo missed a pen already for England, didn't he? In one of the games before.
Experience. He's taken it. He's taken one before at least.
Yes. There's no way you're going to convince me that Henderson is not a better shout to take that 5th. Who is the captain? He's captained England, I'm pretty much sure, before he has at some point. Like, he's Liverpool captain. Like, nah. Saka shouldn't be there.
Saka was essentially like that. Bear in mind, this is like the most important penalty, the biggest penalty in this country's history. Because remember, the World Cup final never went to penalties, innit? Which they won in '66. So this is the most important penalty in this country's history. He's essentially got kind of in like, you could use similar logic. Like, that's basically like me taking the penalty. Basically, I've never taken a professional penalty in my life, and I've not been in big game situations. Same with Saka. At the end of the day, yeah, he's a professional footballer. It's different, but he's never taken a professional penalty, and he's never been in big game situations like that. So would you expect me to be able to handle that pressure at the biggest penalty in the country's history? Flawless, Timo, Peter. None of us have experienced something like that. That's basically what Saka was in. That's the position Saka was in. that
You're
they put
standing
him in.
across from one of the best shootout goalkeepers on the planet as well.
Donnarumma. This is no joke keeper we're talking about.
Donnarumma's never lost a shootout in his life, people.
Yeah.
Or he hadn't at least until that point. Like, this isn't, it's, and like Black Diamond, I hear you. You take orders from your manager. I get that, but bro,
I think it's collective. I think they both have to take play sets.
They need to look at themselves and be like, wait, this is like, I understand the chain of command. Like, I get the point. I get that. But I'm saying, if I hear my manager say something that outrageous in that moment, I'm saying I'm kicking off. I don't care.
We falling out.
Yeah.
Yep.
We falling out. 100% in that. Like, this is why I don't hear this follow command. And yes, I do blame South. That is also on Southgate as well. That's a silly decision by him.
This is Southgate's fault, like, primarily.
Yes.
I'm saying
100%.
I'm saying the coaching staff.
I think those players have to take some sort of blame as well.
The coaching staff and the senior players need to hold themselves accountable for even letting that situation come about.
Yeah.
They basically threw that poor kid to the wolves.
Pretty much.
Yeah, they did.
Because even if he would have scored, he would have just kept England in the shootout. It wasn't a win.
People end up forgetting about that penalty. Even if
like I said, that's why I said it's not like it was the one for the winner, where if he misses, the shootout goes on. This is to stay in the tie. This isn't to win the tie. This is just to stay in it. Yo, one of you senior players has got to step up. I'm sorry.
Basically, there was kind of no reward personally that Saka could have got from that penalty. There was no really individual benefit that he could have got from that. It would have just been forgotten if he'd have scored, even if England would have won or lost regardless after that. And if he lost, we've seen what happened anyway. So, like, he was in kind of a no really massively situation where he couldn't really have gained much from it, to be honest.
And I hear what Black Diamond's saying in regards to following the chain of command. But, yo, sometimes when your captain makes a dumb decision, you got to veto that. You have to challenge that. You have to challenge that. I'm sorry. You have to challenge that.
Or you have to do your best to allow him to change his mind. Even if he doesn't, like Flawless said, you kick up a fuss so much that, like you said, the cameras will pick up on it.
Yes.
And we'll be able to see that. If a Grealish, because I know Grealish came out after and said that he wanted to take a penalty, but Southgate didn't let him.
Did you demand it, though, is what I'm saying?
Well, show us. What you should have done is like kick up a fuss so we.
Yeah, that's all empty words. That's all strict responsibility. I don't rate that.
Yeah, like to me, did you demand it?
Speak up in the moment. Speak up in the moment. If they have to drag you away from Southgate because you're threatening to punch him up, that's fine.
Like you say, if you did
when you come out and say, "Hey, I don't agree with that,"
like if you did what Kepa did in that final a few years ago, like it was obvious what he was saying and all that, what he was doing. Then we believe you in it. Then we have sympathy for you.
And to be clear, I understand why Kepa felt that way. He had just been in goal, losing 6-0 against that same team 3 weeks previous.
And he kept a clean sheet for 120 minutes.
And he had a good performance at Wembley for 120 minutes. And obviously, he backs himself. Whether or not we think he's a good goalkeeper, whether or not we think he's a level required. I mean, I know it's after the fact, but like Kepa's always been a good goalkeeper in terms of PKs.
Yeah.
He believes in him. So like imagine the feeling after slaving away for 2 hours in front of the whole world just to get hauled off in the 120th. Like I feel him for reacting that way. I get him. People trying to act like, oh, just get off the pitch, blah, blah, blah. It's like that's his moment. He knows once that final whistle goes, he has a chance to be the hero. And like let's get it right. We were massive underdogs in that cup. We were massive underdogs for that cup tie. Everybody thought we were going to get absolutely wasted 6-0 again. You know, like it comes down to like personality, and like Kepa has like that irrational confidence. I would rather see that. I would rather see that in a player than somebody who backs their own ability privately, but not enough to speak up to the management team when they're hearing something they don't think is going to benefit their team. Like Grealish can come out and say, "Oh, I wanted to take one after." But like that's not empty words.
Did you demand it? That's it. That's my thing on this. You can ask, but did you demand it? Did Southgate go, no, it's going to be Saka, and you went, I want to take one, and he went, no, and you said, okay. Is that what happened? Did you protest this, is what I'm saying. Henderson, Vice Captain Daniel saying, big up to Saint as well in the cut. He says, war, man, then big up to you. And you're saying there, here's the thing is though, Black Diamond, it's not war. It's
football.
It's a whole different conversation.
Yeah, if people were actually shooting at him, I don't think he's doing that.
Yes. People are actually shooting, like that's a whole different conversation. If it is life or death, this isn't life or death. It just feels that way because we're all emotionally invested. But it's not life or death, so that's why. So yes, respect authority, but I'm someone who's challenged authority my entire life and will continue to. I'm not just gonna go along with something because you're the authority figure. If it's stupid, I'm gonna tell you it's stupid.
To be fair to Kepa, he did make a save in the shootout as well.
There we go.
Yeah,
We lost
So
4-3. It's not like we lost 5-4.
I just don't listen to authority. That's dumb to me. So because somebody has a title, you're supposed to listen to him. No, I don't just listen to my parents because they're my parents. Like, you have to be coming with sense. If my mom or dad said something to me that I believe is nonsense or stupid, I'm gonna tell them. Nah, I'm not doing this because this is daft and this is the reason why.
There's also
My parents would do that to my grandparents and so forth and so forth. Like, I'm not doing that. Like, I hate that thing. Like, I have uncles and aunts and elders who are like that. Right? Just because you're older than me don't mean I'm just going to pay attention to whatever you say. If you say something dumb to me, then it is what it is. And I love, like, my Caribbean elders, but that whole ignorance of that you just listen to somebody because they're older is nonsense. And they can talk to you anyway, and that's cool. Nah. I've got elders, aunts, and uncles I don't talk to because of this. Because they believe they can talk to me anyway because I'm younger. I know that's stupid. Because if I talk back to them in a certain way, then it's an issue. I just give you the energy you receive. So back to the whole entire point of this is that's dumb. And it didn't work out. So it shows that me, Peter, and Ryan and Timo talking about it are right. But Saka missed. You live by your decisions and you die by your decisions. And it was the wrong one. There's no way Saka was the best. There's no way, Black Diamond, I know you know football. There's no way you think that Saka was the best guy to take that penalty at that point with them players who with the players available. Henderson was the vice captain.
Yeah.
And came on the pitch.
Yeah.
Go on, Timo.
Remember Super Cup 2019 when we lost to Liverpool?
Yeah, I remember.
I was gonna, but then I remember. Then again, why would you let Tammy take the fifth one again? Was it his decision, or I forgot that day?
I don't even remember the order of our shooters, to be honest.
Adrian was in net, I remember, for us. I was on holiday at that time. I watched the shootout back at the hotel, I remember. It's not really that deep.
I'll let you look that up as well. But yeah, if it had worked out, Southgate would have got the praise and Saka would have got the praise. But it didn't
work out.
That's my point. Because it was incorrect. That is, again, this comes back to the Agenda FC we did last week about
English.
Wanting the big teams in draws. No. Wanting the big teams in wanting the toughest possible draw. Why would you want that? It decreases your chances of winning. Saka taking that penalty decreases your chances of winning.
Barkley, and Barkley.
We had Jorginho, Barkley, Mount, Emerson, and Tammy take PKs.
Yeah.
See, I disagree with this, Black Diamond. I don't believe the manager imposed his will. I believe they slightly protested it and he said no, and then it's calm. Because if there was genuine protest, we would have seen that. They're out on the pitch. They're not in the changing room.
There's only one person to blame, and the manager.
Yeah, they're out on the pitch, so we see what's going on. There weren't no genuine disdain. Like, there weren't no genuine protest. Not in the slightest.
I'll put it this way: let's take the United team of let's just take 07 to 09 Manchester United, right? Let's just say, for argument's sake, you've got like a 19-year-old star boy in your team.
Yeah. So let's put Rashford in there, innit? Let's say Rashford's 19.
Sure. Yeah. Sir Alex Ferguson looks at Vidic and says, "This kid's taking the 5th PK." No chance.
Ain't having that.
There's no chance that runs. There's no chance. They're fighting right there. Someone's kicking a boot at someone. There's a scrap right there.
There's no way with Vidic, Rio, Scholes, Carrick, Rooney at that point, Cristiano Ronaldo at that point,
Gary Neville, like there's no
Gary
way.
Neville, Patrice Evra letting that slide. Not a chance.
Van der Sar.
Not a chance. And that goes to Chelsea. If you go to Chelsea's years, let's go 04, 05 Chelsea.
Bro,
and let's say it's a young Mason Mount. Let's say and Mourinho points and tells Drogba or Carvalho or John Terry, right, this Mason Mount is taking the 5th penalty in a Champions League semi-final, in a final shootout. Never. Not in the slightest. You think Drogba or Cech or Carvalho or Ashley Cole, you know what I'm saying, or Makelele are taking that? No, not a chance. Not a chance.
Bro, they're fighting. They're fighting. We're delaying the shootout because the team is fighting each other. There's no way.
And it goes for Liverpool's as well. Liverpool are in that same bracket. Go take a Liverpool team from, say, that 05 team with no way is who was your manager in 05?
Benitez.
So they look at Benitez goals, right? A young, let's say it's let's say it's not Phillips at the age, and he turns around and goes to Gerrard and Carragher and Didier Hamann and goes, yeah, he's taking the penalty.
Xabi Alonso, yeah.
And Xabi Alonso and Skill. And all these like Skill not there. Whoever else was there, you understand my point.
Reece,
like these senior players, and we can go through any successful team, even Manchester City. Now it's not happening.
I think that speaks to the different era of football we're in now,
absolutely.
and just in terms of like leadership and accountability. It's all like support the manager, what he says goes. It's sort of become more dictatorial in a way. Or like whatever the manager says, just do that. Whereas like we know good and damn well, a lot of these people analyzing the players now sat in studios who are in their mid-40s would not stand for this 12 years ago. There's no way. There's just no way. You can't convince me John Terry is not vetoing Mourinho or who was Avram Grant's decisions in Moscow. Obviously we did. John Terry and Anelka had an argument about who was to go fifth. Obviously, who was it? Steve Sidwell came out on a TalkSport interview and talked about how as soon as Mourinho got sacked, the team had a players only meeting at Cobham like 2 days later, and they decided to just coach themselves for the remainder of the season because they didn't agree with Mourinho getting sacked.
There we go. Oh shit! Did it? Was that the second time round or the first time?
First time.
Okay,
they played according to their own tactics and ignored the manager in protest of Mourinho getting dismissed. And to this Champions League final like that.
And Black Diamond, you know this better than me because I swear you're slightly older than me or we similar ages. I've read Fergie's books. That man used to argue with him all the time. Him and Rio got into it. Him and Vidic got into it. Him and Beckham got into it. Him and Keane got into it. They still don't talk now. So they always went at all the time this happened. This is a regular occurrence. Like they would go out like, did Fergie rule with the iron fist? Yes. But if that man believed something was going wrong, that man would tell him. It's full of his book. Van Nistelrooy, the list goes on and on.
That was the list. Mourinho talked about how he didn't want players who wouldn't speak up.
Yes.
And like wouldn't question. He valued that in players. Like he wants those warrior types. Like they'll run through a wall for him, but you have to trust. They need to know that they're trusting what he's saying, and he needs to know that they trust him. Like that is part of it as well. It's not as simple as follow you blindly.
Yes.
Like, that's not what it was.
Facts. 1 second, I'm trying to see this because man, I mentioned Nani as well. A man said it there. Like Nani's, the thing is, the difference is Nani's had experience at Sporting. That's where he's played in Europe at that point before he's come into us. Saka's had no experience whatsoever.
Nani taking that PK in Moscow is not the same as Saka taking that PK
It's not the same because he's taking If Saka takes the third one, then you're like, all right, because it's still like, time to salvage it.
That's kind of similar, but like, nah, Nani was a much more like experienced player relative to Bukayo Saka.
Yep.
Like at that point in his career, like I know he was young. That was his first season at United, but Saka's 19, guys.
Yes, and again, had never been in any situation. Anderson's come in and has that situation and has played in big situations. I swear he's played in Europe, and he's not taking the fifth. Saka's in a no-win situation. If he misses, they lose. If they score, the shootout still goes on. This is not what we're doing. This is not what we're doing at all. Like, no. This is like we're not being convinced that Saka is the one at all. But let me check the penalty takers for this.
I just can't. The decision is the thing that the thought process doesn't seem sound to me. And seeing that as a player, that's why I'm kicking off. If what you're saying to me makes sense, right? It makes logical sense. Then I'd be like, all right, cool. I'm not saying be disobedient for the sake of it, but like, surely no one else thought this was a good idea. Surely. No, that's the point here. I'm not saying disobey and go against orders all the time. Obviously not. You're in a team sport. But when you hear some shit like that in that moment, it's not like that was Carabao Cup round 4. That was the European final.
And here's another thing as well people forget. Pierre touched on it. You know what Nani had? That Saka doesn't. Irrational confidence. Look at the character. You know what I'm saying? And that Nani has a rational I'm old enough to remember Nani. He has a rational confidence. Anderson had irrational confidence, which is what you need in a shootout. Saka doesn't scream to me irrational confidence.
You know who would take a pen in a shootout if he was on the pitch for whatever reason? I guarantee you Marcus Alonso's in the 5. I guarantee you. That man just believes in himself. I don't know why, but I feel confident. I would actually feel confident if it was one Marcus Alonso penalty to win us any trophy. I would feel confident with that. I don't rate him as a player. I want him out of my club, but he has that like belief in himself that doesn't stem from any sort of logic. Like for situations like this, sometimes you need that.
Yes, absolutely, goddamn, and that's what them man had. You have to look at not just the age, you have to look at the character as well. And Nani had that. That's why I wasn't surprised to see Nani take the 5th, because I'm looking here. So it was Tevez, Carrick, Ronaldo, Hargreaves, Nani. That was the 5. And then after that, Anderson and Giggs. And bear in mind what people are forgetting as well. United went 1st. We're not taking 2nd. So it's less pressure going 1st. Saka went 2nd. All of these things is what we're talking about. That makes the world of difference. It's more pressure. Because at least if you go 1st and Saka misses, the penalty taker afterwards, the keeper can still get you out of jail. Go on, Timo.
Question: let's say if England take it first, would that be like a different conversation? If Saka
slightly, yes, it makes a little bit more sense. Even though I still think it's the wrong move, it makes a little bit more sense. I'm still not doing it. Yeah,
as a senior player in that huddle, I'm still not allowing this.
Oh?
I'm saying, Jordan Henderson, you're vice captain. You're supposed to be Mr. England. All this stuff. Nah, grab that ball. If you miss, and that's why we lose, then that is what it is. That kid's 19. He's never taken a penalty in his life.
Yes, everything that could have been against Saka was against Saka. The no-win situation, going 2nd, never played in Europe before. He's never been in a high pressure situation before ever. North London Derby is probably the highest pressure situation he's experienced.
The Europa League semi-final with no fans in it, maybe
the Europa League semi, like that don't compare you for a Euro 2020 final at home at Wembley, where you need your team you need to score to keep your national team in it. Like, this is not what we're doing. There's nothing that compares to this.
Jordan Henderson, you've been in the trenches against Barcelona. You've been in the trenches against Real Madrid. Like, nah, I'm not hearing this. Like, you've been in title deciders.
Yep.
Like, you've had your heart broken in a title race, claiming like 40 of your last 45 points and still coming up short. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you've been through the wars. Saka hasn't. Grab the fucking ball.
Yes.
If you miss, then you miss. And you get the criticism, rightly so. But you don't leave your hands or your fate in the hands of somebody who's just not qualified to be handling it.
He is the worst possible. He is the worst possible taker. And yes, I hear you, Black Diamond. Sir Alex's hair dryer treatment was different. My point is, that man would have said something. The reason why the hair dryer treatment is there is because people challenged him.
Yes.
That's why it's a thing. That wasn't for no reason.
I'm not saying have a mutiny and just completely go a different way in the shootout. I'm saying speak up.
Yes.
Speak up.
Speak up with Vim is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Don't just lightly speak up. Like, I refuse to believe that. He's the worst. Again, that Saka situation, now that we talk about it, just looks worse and worse.
The more you think about it, the worse it gets. There's no justifiable reason for that to have happened.
It's not even like I said, we mentioned Nani. Nani was a flamboyant, very, very irrational confidence type player. Saka don't have that. At least Nani had played in Europe before he got here. He played at a high level before he got here. Same with Anderson. He had European experience. Like, this is not what we're doing. And you can tell by their penalties, because remember, they were both very good. And then obviously Giggs stepped up as well. Like, Giggs ain't letting Saka's not taking one. I can't remember who else was on the pitch for us, but I don't know if there was any youngsters, but I guaranteed you they're not taking one.
There was no youngsters in that time.
Yeah. Like, it's not, because even if you look at Chelsea's Ballack, Belletti, Lampard, Ashley Cole, John Terry, Kalou, Nicholas Anelka. They're all players who have been through it.
We're talking World Cup finalists, Champions League winners at different football clubs, multiple league titles, multiple golden boots. Like, there's accolades there.
Yeah. Facts.
Like, you can't. We lived and died with our captain. We died, right? It sucks. You can still say Terry should have probably let Anelka take that 5th PK. And yeah, that's probably right. We can say Drogba shouldn't have slapped Vidic and gotten sent off. And yeah, I agree with that. But at the end of the day, we had the ball 12 yards away from the goal. You put it in the goal, you win the European Cup, right? We didn't come through. It is what it is. But I feel much more comfortable dying that way than dying at the hands of a 19-year-old.
Yeah,
I can stomach 2008. I've made my peace with it, right? I can move on. So, but if, let's just say, fucking Josh McEachran was out there, you're not taking one. Why are you even out here, first of all? Get the fuck back to the bench. The fuck? We're in the trenches for the European Cup. And you want a PK? Are you insane?
Serious. The only thing that comes close to that is being in the trenches with Watford. That's it. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing that comes close.
It's not for the week.
It's not
you gotta be ready.
Yo, fam, you read that every week on the Watford streams, fam.
We in the trenches. You think I don't sign into Watford streams knowing they're probably gonna lose? You think I don't know what that does to my immediate mental state on that stream?
Fucks man up. You gotta deal with it online as well. That's why I'm out here hyping them up and shit. Like we out in the trenches.
More than I defend Chelsea.
I do have to deal with both because United are washed too. You know what I'm saying? I'm just out here getting shot on both sides.
It is what it is.
Hey, we'll be back on Tuesday, though.
Speaking of another,
what's up, Brian?
Speaking of another washed team, yeah. Some Arsenal fan has tweeted, Arsenal may have never won the Champions League, but watching Senegal tonight is a reminder of how special the first time is. To witness it in your own lifetime rather than have it consigned to history is a unique privilege. That first one is always special, man. Can't wait. These men still think they're going to win the Champions League in their lifetime, you know?
Man, Egypt,
Guys.
Go on, Peter. Take it away.
I'm going to be real. That paragraph sounds great, but Arsenal fans are on their knees to even be in the Champions League.
Facts.
They would bite your hand off in the Champions League quarterfinal. They haven't seen an April Champions League match since 2009. Let's not do this. You know,
it's so shameless, Arsenal.
And look, was winning the Champions League incredible? Yes, right. Yeah. Obviously, it is. Obviously, it would be incredible for Arsenal fans, but let's crawl before we can walk. Fuck.
And where that's nonsense as well is, you don't want it consigned to history. The first time you see it in your lifetime
is
it's gonna feel like the first time.
Yeah,
because you went there to experience.
That's how 2019 felt to me.
Yeah, I didn't experience the one in 68.
I'll be real.
Or whenever we were in it. I didn't experience. Go on.
2021 kind of slapped. Obviously 2012 for the storyline was amazing, but that actually took years off my life. 2021 we were actually cooking people.
Yeah,
this is great. We played terrible for the last 7 games. For the last 5 games of 2012, Benfica both legs with 38% possession in each leg. The second leg we played 11v10 for 50 minutes, and they were still had us camped in our own half somehow. Then against Barca, don't even get me started. Talk about being in the trenches. Fuck, we had Ramirez at right back. Do not talk to me, anybody. Jesus Christ. The final, we had Jose Busingwa playing, who got relegated the next year at QPR. That was his last match for Chelsea Football Club, by the way. We had Ryan Bertrand making his Champions League debut. Ryan Bertrand, who plays backup left back for Leicester, that Ryan Bertrand, yes. And we had Salomon Kalou playing. That was also his last match for Chelsea Football Club. We had Florent Malouda. His contract was expiring. We had 2 center backs on dodgy hamstrings. We didn't know if they were going to make it 90 minutes, let alone 120.
Who were the 2 center backs?
Gary Cahill and David Luiz. Because Ivanovic got yellow card suspended and John Terry kneed Alexis Sanchez in the back like it's WWE. So we got a red in the second leg. So he was out for We had 5 suspensions for the final. We put a team in their home stadium. It was so awful. Our bench was so peak. Let me read it. It was so. I think Oriol Romeo was on the bench. Southampton's Oriol Romeo was on the bench. Let me look it up. But yes, it was bad. So I'm not gonna lie. I enjoyed it once it was over, but that was 90 minutes of suffering. That was full 90. It was not enjoyable. 2021 was actually very enjoyable.
Daniel's saying in the comments, Manchester City fans done the same. Difference is Manchester City going to win it sooner or later, innit? Arsenal ain't winning it, innit?
Yeah, when Pep leaves in it, they'll win it.
All right. So I'm
They'll
going to read
win
you
it
the bench.
sooner or later.
Yeah.
Innit?
Go on, read us the bench.
Next season,
I want to go
5
get some
seasons,
more.
they'll
Go
win
on.
it.
I want to hit his bench before you.
I'm going to read this bench. Ross Turnbull is a goalkeeper. Paulo
my
Ferreira, Champions League winner with Porto, but was like 33 at this time. Michael Essien, who had like no good knees. I don't even know why he was on the bench, to be honest. We had Oriol Romeu. I had no idea what he was doing at Chelsea. Flora Maluda, who subbed on in the 73rd. Fernando Torres, who subbed on in the 84th. We'd even make our third sub. We had Daniel Sturridge as well.
Basil.
Yep.
Daniel Sturridge a two-time Champions League winner, you know.
Yep. It was so peak. It was so peak. How did Bayern lose that in their own? Oh my God! The team we were playing: Lam, Boateng, Timoshuk, Diego Contento, Schweinsteiger, Kroos, Robert Muller, Ribéry, Mario Gomez, Neuer in goal. Oh Jesus. My goodness! How have we beat this team?
Jesus. Yeah, that's not good. That's not good. Oh, no mercy, that's not good.
But yeah, I guess like the first time is the
and
best.
don't forget, Jupp Heynckes is a coach as well.
Yes. I guess like the first time is the best. I kind of hear that, but like guys, 2021 slapped. Being able to maybe because like I was like avid on Twitter and I just got to talk shit to Real Madrid for a week. But like that was so fun.
The way, let's be honest, Chelsea pammed everyone in the knockouts. Like you pammed.
We did.
You beat Porto comfortably. You pammed Madrid, and let's be honest, you won the final comfortably. If we're being honest,
like, bro, if Werner wasn't playing against us, it would have been 3-0 at halftime.
You don't watch it.
Wallahi, fam.
It's true. It's true.
Let's be honest, Chelsea in that final, City. When Chelsea scored, it was game over. City never
whoever won, I wasn't going to be unhappy about. I was like, I don't care who wins this fight.
It could have been 3-0 at halftime. Werner hit a standing leg from 8 yards away with the ball.
I did see that. I did see that, though.
And then he was losing his balance and hit it right at Ederson from like 9 yards away. You have no idea how angry I was.
Look at Timo being ashamed of his client. I can see
that's your guy, fam.
I was thinking for like 10 minutes, like if this guy costs us the Champions League, I don't ever want to see him play football again.
Wallahi, fam.
I was so angry that we were dropping a 10 out of 10 just for Werner to drop a 0. And then these fools want to praise him for movement. I was like, you shameless freaks. You slimy, shameless freaks.
This one next to you, fam. The guy next to you, in it.
I can't believe that. Movement you just know if those 2 chances fell to Aguero, we'd have been down 2-0. You just know.
Yo, if you'd have lost that final, yeah, got so much shit, fam.
Oh my God, he caught.
If we lost that final, I'm going to Cancun, and you won't even hear me for a month.
He caught life that day, Ryan. I'm telling you,
he did.
Oh my God,
those 2 misses. I think it was 2 misses. There was one really bad one where he hit it right at Ederson. That was a bad one,
bro. The first one, it was a cutback from I think it was Mount right into Werner 8 yards away. He hits it with his left. And it hits his right foot, his standing right foot. With the ball. I'm like, how do you do this? How? I was so angry. I turned my phone off. I watched like an actual passion merchant for 90 minutes. I was yelling at my TV. I was like, if we lose this because of this, I don't think I'll recover from this. Yeah, I was like, we get slapped, whatever. But like, I was like watching this and like, oh no, we have to win now. Oh no.
You know, I was thinking about Werner today, and I was thinking about, was it in the summer when that fan at that open training session said, "Get Werner out the club"?
Yep. Yeah. I was like, no, be nice to him.
It was before the
he was right. That guy was right all along as well.
He was spitting.
You might need to apologize to that fan, Timo. You know, he was trying to do good for your club. I
nearly cost myself a stadium ban.
Bro,
what did you do, Timo?
Fan was doing good for your club.
I was gonna run towards the guy in it, like just get a photo of the guy.
What guy?
Do you remember that open training session, Flawless, in the summer at Chelsea, where the fan went, "Get Werner out the club"? That guy was spitting. They need to.
It was the lady who chases into the taxi outside the stadium.
Oh yeah, you get out! I've seen that video. That video's hilarious, show. You get out.
To Daniel, he says what? And you lot continue to get your questions in as well, people. Like I said, any sport, past or present, get your questions in. What if Sancho, Saka, and Rashford took the first 3 penalties? Still would have been a better move, but it still would have been a bad move. Again, you have your penalties 1 to 5. And your third, and then whatever the order is of the best penalty takers should take them for different reasons.
Isn't it the same outcome if let's say if England goes first and then let these 3 takes?
Absolutely, you want to go first in a shootout because then the pressure's on the other team.
I'm not having a 19-year-old taking a penalty in a shootout who's never shot one before.
It's
Other
ridiculous.
than that, I can justify just about anything, but I'm not.
I could justify Sancho and Rashford taking him.
And it's a 19-year-old with no experience, and he's not like. If he was a special 19-year-old, you go, all right, cool.
Man's not got some elite mentality in big games or anything like that, man. Let's be honest.
Like man mentioned Nani. Nani was young, but Nani had that irrational confidence. This guy was juggling the ball and stuff like that. Like against Arsenal when we're 4-0 up. Like he had that. Saka don't breed that. He don't give you that. You don't look at Saka and go, same way you don't look at Timo Werner and go, yeah, hella confidence.
You don't look at Timo Werner in any, forget penalties.
So Chelsea players you look at and go, they have that type of confidence.
Yo, you know which Liverpool player I think
Kovacic, for instance.
You know which Liverpool player I think it would be funny? I think he has got that irrational confidence for some reason. It's Nat Phillips.
See?
I honestly think he does, you know. I feel like this is a guy who was doing Cruyff turns in his own box at the San Siro, with it. Like at the end of it, I feel like this guy just got that, like, I don't know, he's just got something in him where I think we should have kept him in it, by the way. But like,
C1, you are so shameless for putting Reece James last on a penalty list. Jorginho has a better conversion rate than Frank Lampard, and you want Reece James to take the 5th penalty. This is some of the most shameless shit I've ever seen in my fucking life.
See what's funny, man.
We're living and dying with number 5 from the spot. It is what it is. All of you who want to whine about it can fucking whine. But if we can't win that, it is what it is.
Peter, can I ask you a question about Chelsea? Because I asked it to the Chelsea fans on the watch along. Havertz, man, like, how come Havertz ain't getting that much game time, fam?
He got COVID, and also, like, I partly think Tuchel was trying to get Lukaku going, so he's kind of like overplaying him now. But Havertz got COVID before we played Wolves, and as he had like long COVID, and he's being like eased back into the team.
Oh, right.
But no, I don't quite understand why he's not getting that much game time. I think he should be getting a bit more, considering what we're seeing from Lukaku.
I don't get Tuchel's like trying to alter his system to fit Lukaku. Just don't, innit? Like if Lukaku's not good enough to fit the way you want to play. Just don't play him.
I'm at the part where like just run it with what we were doing last year. Like fuck yeah.
At least you were creating chances last year regularly.
I'll be real. Yeah, like I'll be real, guys. I don't care if Lukaku makes it here or not. As long as like if we won another Champions League, he can watch from the bench. Like I'm cool with that.
Like he did in 2012.
Yeah, like he watched from the stands. Like it's cool. Like if he wants to get a second Champions League that way, then he can. Bro, like it's but no, my 5 would probably be if Lukaku's on the pitch, him. Jorginho, Mount. I'll put Reece James in there, but he's not 5th. You are crazy if you think Reece James is shooting 5th. If I have anything to say about it. Nah.
Didn't he do it in the Carabao Cup a couple of times this
That's
season?
the thing, yeah.
That's the fucking Carabao Cup in like round 3.
Yeah, exactly. It's Carabao, man.
Jorginho stood across. Jorginho stood there in the depths of hell. Right. He's talking about somebody who's been in the trenches. He's been in the trenches.
Yeah.
Like, I have faith. I don't want Aspie to take a PK. That man be missing low key. That man missing.
He smashes him, man. He just goes this.
He missed one in the Europa League semi against Frankfurt. I swear he missed. I feel like I've seen him miss a few. Something about Aspie taking PKs. It just makes me nervous. Like I know he's like our most
good penalty taker.
I don't think he's bad. It's just something about it just makes me nervous.
Yeah, Harry Maguire's taken a couple of good penalties in shootouts. You know, I'll be honest.
Bro, Harry Maguire's he also has like that irrational confidence.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. You know what? As bad as he is as a footballer, he has that irrational confidence. When I see him in the shootout for United, I'm like, yo, you gonna score.
Yep. That England one he took as well in the Euros was so good. That was the best one, you know. That was a sick penalty.
But nah, it's just one of those things. Like I'm gonna be honest. I'm not planning for PKs in this fucking cup final. Let's just win the game. But if we get there. Mount, Jorginho, Reece. If Lukaku's still on the pitch, he should take one. Ideally, he's not going to be on the pitch, though, so we'll figure it out. But, nah, like, if N'Golo Kante's on the pitch and wants to take one, let him take one. Mateo Kovacic's on the pitch and wants to take one, let him take one. Hey, let's be honest.
Taking one?
I'm cool with it. Like, do I think, like, he's good at PKs? Honestly, I don't know. But, like, I'm at the point where it's like, you guys are the ones who carry this team. Like, we would not be here without you guys. So, like I said, live and die with the ones that got you there. It's fine. It's fine. If Rudiger wants to take one, I'm like, all right, cool. If you miss, I'm not going to yell at him. The fuck?
Yeah.
Hard to be without Tony Rudiger the last year. You know? Sure. It's simple that way. I'm not upset at the experienced players pulling rank. I'm not upset at that in that scenario. I'm not at all.
I hear that.
Not in the slice, man. Pull rank, like that's what you're there for, and that's exactly what you're there for.
Black Diamond speaking facts, you know.
I'm telling you,
Not the
you're
choir.
gonna fight the police and then cry on BBC as if you didn't fight the police. This man got his whole R. Kelly interview set up.
Because people think like not all bad traits are bad in all situations. Like having a rational confidence in general is bad, but there's certain situations where having a rational confidence can be good. Like for instance, a penalty shootout. Like a major penalty shootout, a major tournament. That's why Harry Maguire is walking up and sticking it top bins in a Euros finals. That is ridiculous when you think about it. The centre back, and was he not number 2? Was he the second penalty?
Yeah, he's the second one after Kane.
He's the second one in, and he stuck it top bins to the point it hit the camera, and then just walked off.
That was a wicked
you
penalty,
need that. The penalty was fine. The same way when he scored from like 25 yards out against Tranmere. And this guy, put his hands out. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, yo, you need that. Eric Bailly's another one.
Harry Maguire is a shameless guy. Do you remember that celebration he did when he scored against Albania?
That's where the irrational confidence is bad. But in the shootout terms, it's good. But he did that. Eric Bailly, even though he missed for the Ivory Coast in AFCON, is like, even him, like, he has that irrational confidence where he was taking a penalty for United. I'm like, in a situation, I'm like, you're mad enough to do this. That's where it comes from. It's like kind of like being stubborn. In most situations, being stubborn is probably not good for that situation, but there's certain points where it will be.
It's like when Joe Matic goes on those mad runs that he does during a game, man. Every game he goes on some run where he goes past like 4 defenders and shit and tries to score, man. And his shooting's terrible, innit? Like
you guys are telling me you're not at peace with Rudiger taking a PK? Come on, I'm calm.
Rudiger's got it.
The thing is, Rudiger's got that irrational confidence. You know what I'm saying? And that because he will have his regular strike every now and then from like 40 yards out and try to stick it top bins.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Like Rudiger, like if you gave me like Rudiger, Marcus Alonso, I don't know why Marcus Alonso survives 120 minutes on the pitch, but like if he's still there, I'd be like, fuck it. All right, here you go.
Because he has that irrational confidence.
Mark it down. I don't care. Like I'm at that point with some of these players. It's like Marcus Alonso, he just has like too many goals that are just outrageously clutch for us to deny that he just has like this irrational bit about him. Like he scored in the 105th minute against Plymouth. We were playing a back 4. Why is Marcus Alonso on the PK spot at all? Why are you there?
What about a certain Danish centre back who can't even get on the pitch at the moment?
Bro,
does he have
I'm gonna leave. Bro, if Christensen wants one, even though Christensen has like 2 goals in his career, I'll let him take one. I'm cool with it. Like I'm okay with a lot of
them. He can take it for Barca, to be fair. I don't know if Barca have a lot of penalty takers still, but yeah.
Look at this guy.
Possibly take it for them.
Hey, you know what? We're about to be.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for him to pop in the comments. You know, I'm waiting for him.
Now you know what? He's got no heart left. You know he's not here. He's got no heart left, fam. His heart's gone, fam.
Yo, AC got subbed at half time. You know,
his heart's gone.
Started the game. AC started the game and still spent most of the game on the bench.
Massive.
And he didn't go off.
His heart's gone. Lewis, his heart's gone. Like it's rare in this content creator space that you get something that sticks. But like Lewis, when you start talking about AC, I guess he's genuinely upset about it.
Like, bro, his composure is gone.
Does, you know?
He
legit gets upset.
You know what it is? Lewis was in the trenches for years, and then finally AC rose, and we won the champs, so it was great. And now we just all crashed back down.
And he's like, "Right, why'd you man do this to me?" That's what it's like. What do you mean? Why? It's like, yeah, ain't no fun when the rabbit's got the gun. That's what I always say.
Well, like, honestly,
people want to stick it on me. Go on, fam.
All AC has to do is sign a contract, and we back up. Like,
oh yeah. Lewis is gonna be like on an absolute terror if he signs a new deal. I'm gonna enjoy him potentially not signing a new deal. I don't know if he genuinely does or not, but I'm gonna enjoy it while he's not.
24-hour stream if he signs.
If he is, I will join that stream just to see Lewis absolutely like causing carnage and dissing everybody and telling everybody to hold that. I told you he wasn't leaving. I told all of you, look. AC Hive is back. All the AC penitentiary jokes will be back.
Can you imagine if Denmark had beaten England?
Oh my god! Yeah. Oh jeez. Oh my god.
Oh man.
Yeah, oh my god. This is what it is. He wants a new challenge apparently. Yeah, man. He trying to get game time, man. That's what it is, Daniel. You trying to get game time.
That bench is hurting him, innit? It's like it's hurting.
That's why he got the bad back. So I got the bad back.
We start with the rational perception.
Yeah. Because Bainesy's he's very like intelligent, and when it comes to CR7, he just loses his marbles.
Hey, it's all right. Statman's he's kind of down. He's kind of down though.
Yeah,
I asked
he's
him
more
about
than
Champions
down.
League. He's like, don't talk to me.
Yo, he's more than down. He was telling me to shut up on the timeline and all this today. Like he was not having it. He told me to
Why?
shut up,
What'd you
be
say?
quiet, because he got cooked in it afterwards. Like you don't understand how bad it got. Like after that
How bad
stream,
it gets. I've been there.
like, he just got cooked for 2 hours and then he threatened to block me. I'm gonna block you. No, I was there for you. You know what I'm saying? That's what he was saying. You're not gonna back me. I'm like, no. It's not even a conversation.
I mean, he could block the person who cooked him.
Yeah, he did threaten to do that too as well. And yeah, Daniel, that's what it is. Yeah, with Cristiano Ronaldo, like it just hurts that he's not once what he was, isn't it? And it's like I was fearful of this, but as a United fan, it sucks. It hurts.
Hashtag Wash King. It is what it is. He's like LeBron. Man. He's going out like LeBron.
Yeah, and it happens, man. Shame. Nah, Black Diamond. This was after the stream yesterday, so it's not on our live. And it's the same with Messi. Messi's not once what he wants. That's why Messi's not putting up numbers today. To be fair. That's why he's not. What is that? 2 in 50 for him, or 2 in 30 or whatever he's on.
That's 2 in 50. Okay. There's no way he's played 50 games by February, Flawless. Come on.
Nah, because
you know what I meant.
I think he's only scored 2 goals in the French league, I think.
You know what it's mean, fam? Yeah, I mean it's 2 in 30 or something like that. It's saying
it's
saying horrific. Hold on, wait, what's that? Now we talking League One, fam. We ain't talking.
It is Timo Werner numbers. It is literally Timo Werner.
Hey, Werner's got 7 and 49.
There we go. Lionel Messi. Let me have a look.
Now.
There we go.
Werner's one of those rare 1 in 7 strikers.
That is very rare. That is very rare. Right.
Hey, Timo, it's all right. You be tough.
Yeah, man. I'm 12. Well, yeah, he's 12 and 1.
Yeah, man. Man's not there to be climbed, man.
Well, this is a good question.
Go and get to it.
The surprise result in the round of 16 Champions League. Who would it be?
PSG, Real Madrid. I reckon.
What you mean? Like, to what extent is something actually a surprise? Like, would Manchester United losing be a surprise? No. Like,
I think Sporting beating City would be a big surprise.
That would be one of the most shocking results that's ever happened. Let's be real. Mm-hmm. I'd be down for that. I'm down for chaos, as you guys all know. But
if Man City get knocked out this season, I'm on it. I'm on it instantly.
You know what? All you people who are slandering Sir Alex during the AFCON watch along, I don't even like slandering Pep as much until like I realized how annoying City fans and Pep fans were.
Oh yeah,
they just make bad excuses, man. That's the annoying thing.
Bro, they talked about how that Porto was like their coronation day. It's like a big club. They're going to surpass Chelsea, all this stuff. They were the rightful owners of the cup, as if that even exists. I was like,
bro, I've had Man City fan tell me, before that if Pep was at Liverpool, he'd have won the Champions League by now because they have the heritage. Do you know how much bullshit that is?
Heritage doesn't win you cups. Look at United.
Yeah, the team wins you it, man, not heritage.
Heritage doesn't win you the European Cup.
We've seen Liverpool go 30 years without a league title. Heritage don't win you nothing.
Yeah,
Liverpool didn't win the European Cup because of heritage. Like, that's not why they won.
In 2019, we won it because we were a fucking good team. That's why.
Yeah, like we didn't win in Porto because of heritage. We won because we fucked you up, Manchester City. Here's what it is.
Yeah.
Like you think we would have beaten Real Madrid on heritage? Come on, guys.
Heritage.
Come on. We had 13 Champions Leagues. I don't give a fuck. You can see the Timo Werner and Mason Mount. Don't talk to me.
Oh Jesus.
Exactly. Low key. Real Madrid conceded to Pulisic, Werner, and Mount. Don't speak to me. Don't speak to me ever. That subtracts like 8 Champions Leagues from me, in my opinion.
Timo's face, yo. Timo's face when you said Timo Werner and Mason.
It's true.
The proper Chelsea was so bad, and look at him, yo.
Yo, he got a picture with him yesterday as well. Did you see it?
I did. I see the happiness in his face and that. Did you tell him
as far as like
an actual he winked at me, man. He did wink at me yesterday.
Did he give you the wink and the gun?
Yeah. Just do that in it. Yeah, he did that.
Go on, Pierre, yo.
As far as an actual surprise result, I'm trying to be like also like realistic. Is Villarreal beating Juve? Does that count as a surprise?
I would say so. With Vlahovic going over there, I would say so.
Not a big one, though.
I think so. Hey, Daniel, Real Madrid are the biggest club in the world. They should not be conceding to a list of Pulisic, Mount, and Werner. No. No. What? They're big bad Real Madrid. No. That's outrageous. You tell Sergio Ramos 3 years ago he's conceding to Werner, Mount, and Pulisic, he's laughing in your face.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
listen.
Peter, I'll tell you another classic Manchester City not winning a Champions League excuse. Last season when you played Chelsea, apparently Chelsea weren't that much of an underdog in the final because they'd won it before. Yeah, 9 years ago with a completely different team.
Gotta love
innit?
lying.
Let's
Gotta love
be
people who
honest.
lie, bro. No one.
The
besides
excuses,
Chelsea
the
fans
excuses
thought
that
we were
Pep
gonna win.
gets in the Champions League, man, it's bullshit, man.
Unbelievable.
He gets
That's
bare
unbelievable.
excuses, you know.
Bro, there were so many think pieces about how this was City's coronation day as an elite club in Europe. All this stuff. Pep's crowning achievement at Manchester City. He was crying 2 hours
The
later.
biggest game in their club history. That was the
Yep.
biggest game in
Hold
their
it,
club history.
hold it. Where's your European Cup?
And they were so shit in that. They were so shit in the
Where's
game.
your
as well.
European Cup?
Where's your Europe? Where's your Europe? Where's your European Cup? Where's your European?
Bro, I saw a City fan in a bar last night. I saw a
You
City
found
fan.
one?
He's wearing a City shirt. I saw one. I'm wearing my Chelsea 1920, the orange jumper, right? I'm wearing the jacket. I just look at him, and he looked at me, and he tried to look away as if he didn't see me. And so from across the bar, I'm just, did you cry? Did you cry? Did you cry?
In Porto, we saw you cry in Porto. Cry in Porto, we saw you cry.
I just started chanting on my own, and everybody's so confused.
So here's to
cry
you, Vincent
Porto.
Company. Have
We
you
saw
ever
you
won a
cry.
European Cup? Here's to you, Vincent Company. Have you ever won a European Cup?
You know what? It's just, guys, like, you have to understand, we've been taking Moscow jokes for 14 years. And it's not going to stop. It's literally not going to stop. Like, Paul's always going to have that.
Facts.
Like, so, like, City fans, if you're tired of Porto jokes, you could just hold it. Like, you shouldn't have lost.
That's what you get for losing to an English side in a Champions League final. You get that. You deserve to get
Spurs
that.
are going to have to hold it from Liverpool fans forever.
Facts.
Bro, I don't even care about Spurs fans in it. Like, I'm not really that deep about it.
I understand that, but like, if Spurs ever win anything, you'll be like, yeah, but where's your Champions League? And you just throw up a picture, and they're like,
oh yeah, we've got brag rights over Spurs fans for life.
Yeah, of course. When you want to beat someone in the Champions League final,
they can get that back is if they beat us in a Champions League final, which probably will never happen.
You have to tie it up.
That's literally the only way.
I'm not hating Mason Mount, but listen to what I'm saying. Big bad Real Madrid with 13 European Cups, the most in the history of European football, conceded to Timothy Werner, Mason Mount, and Christian Pulisic. I'm not like, guys, that sounds hilarious. Come on.
Look at Timo crying there, man.
It's true.
Look it away from.
We had Ramos. We had big bad Sergio Ramos, allegedly the best center back of his generation, stripping. It is what it is. They couldn't even handle Azpilicueta, 32 years old, at wingback. Nah. Real Madrid are not a real club. So everybody telling me Real Madrid are favorites above us, how dare you?
Yeah, but in terms of back to the question, the only ones I look at, I would say, would be surprises are one of the English clubs going out, Bayern Munich going out, probably Real Madrid. They're probably the teams you look at. That's the five.
I don't think
Three
Real
English
Madrid
sides.
is surprising either way. I think that's 50-50.
You reckon PSG Real Madrid ties 50-50?
Yeah, bro.
I see why people
Benzema. You've seen them play without Benz?
Yeah, no Benzema. I heard he's injured because I did pick PSG. I did pick PSG, and people looked at me like I was crazy.
I picked Madrid, but I wouldn't be surprised they got dumped out. They don't have any goals in the team now.
Wait, ain't Vinicius Jr. been bagging this season though?
I mean, yeah, but we saw Vinicius Jr. play Athletic Club without Benz, and he looked
meaty.
Marcus Rashford recently.
He looked like Mo Salah for Egypt.
He looked like, let me use one of my own attackers. He looked like Lukaku, bro. It is what it is. It looks like
I said PSG though. Go on, say that again.
He looked like Weight Watchers Lukaku, but like it's cool.
I fucking got you.
It's cool, bro. Like,
this shadow's getting too wild by the day, I swear down.
What? Come on.
Weight Watchers Lukaku.
Nah, I was gonna say he looks like one of them Somali brothers you see down at the cages, but like, nah, that might be too much.
Yo, you know about the Champions League though? You know about the Champions League? I thought to myself last week.
What did you think?
You know when you man were having all that conversation about beating an fellow English team and knocking a fellow English team out and all that.
Yeah,
I was thinking to
times.
myself, if I could only knock out one of Chelsea, City, or United this season, who would it be? I automatically thought of United first, but then I deeped it. if we knocked Manchester City out of the Champions League and we went on and won it, do you know the amount? Do you honestly reckon Man City could ever look me in the eye again if that happened? Do you reckon when I'm having De Bruyne? Do you reckon on Shameless FC when I'm having slandering De Bruyne, she could actually argue with me? Are you taking the piss? I need that. I actually would rather knock out Manchester City and win the Champions League this season than knock out Man United for real.
Bro,
I
if
don't
I
care
could
if they win.
eliminate one English team and win the champs this year, it's Liverpool. I don't care.
Go elaborate. Why?
And if I get banter over Liverpool and Manchester City,
yeah, I get your
it
point.
would be too much. I like the fact that Liverpool has 6 doesn't even play in here. Like, it's not even like
it's the fact that obviously probably all of the kind of battles we had like in the Champions League already. Where
we have 6. You only have 3. I'd be like, I don't care. Like, if we beat them like in the final, because let's be honest, they beat us twice with the second leg at Anfield. We've knocked them out twice with the second leg at Stamford Bridge. Like, we need to go to Anfield and knock them out. We need this. This is the last dragon to slay.
Well, you're actually saying it has to be at Anfield as well.
Yes, I need this. We cannot get Anfielded again.
Yeah, I'll be out that fucking game in the cup. If we get knocked out by Chelsea at Anfield,
imagine Ryan just watches Liverpool concede to a Lukaku goal and gets dumped out of Champions League semi-finals.
Nah, oh my days,
yeah.
I won't be able to sleep now, fam. You're giving me that potential nightmares.
I just need that. Like the idea of beating United and knocking them out of Europe doesn't excite me. We already did the City thing. Like, if we beat them again, like, it's not going to be as funny as the first time. But, like, it'll be hilarious, but it won't be as great as the first time, you know? But, like, Liverpool, it'd be great.
It is. And you know what's happened? Big up to Daniel for the super chat. Get to this before we continue that. All I need to say is hold that, Edward Mendy doubters. So big up to Daniel dropping the super chat. Appreciate it.
I don't think Edward Mendy ever had any doubters, though.
Onto the Champions League. I've said this before, because I think all 4 English sides get through. I do believe we get an all English tie. And somebody told me United haven't played at somebody in the Champions League in like 10 years or something. So that means it was probably us, unfortunately. I'm trying to see Liverpool Chelsea. Or Liverpool,
we haven't played Liverpool since 2009.
Yeah. Hopefully you'll run that back then.
What do you think over 2 legs would be the outcome for each kind of potential English tie?
I don't favor us in any of those.
I'm gonna be real. United are getting rubbed out in either of these.
I don't favor us in any of those. It don't mean we can't win, but do I favor us? No.
You got Ronaldo, man.
Yeah, and you got Timo Werner.
I'll be completely real. I think Chelsea-Liverpool is 50-50.
I think it's 50-50. I think Chelsea-Liverpool could come down to who has the second leg at home.
Like, it could be something like that. I think it's so even. I don't know what it is with City ever since we beat them. But these fools treat any match against Chelsea like a World Cup final now.
Yeah, I think City would beat your ass like that on the big stage. You would, fam. You would.
We had Bernardo Silva. I think they would too. Realistically, I think we had Bernardo Silva falling to his knees on match day 6 of the Premier League like he won something. I was like, brother, it's September. Get up. But
we could face each other a number of times this season, man. It's crazy. We could even face each other in the FA Cup.
I wasn't.
You know what? Give me the FA Cup final, Carabao Cup final, and the Champions League final. Give me all of that. I just need pure
Liverpool,
violence.
Chelsea, fucking hell, mate.
It's been too long. I've grown a lot since then. I need pure violence.
It'd be great.
But then I feel we're overdue to win against Chelsea in a way, which probably comes this month. I still think because we've gotten a lot of players back now, and obviously we've signed Diaz, and we're getting Mane Salah back, and we're getting our injured players back like Elliot, Thiago, and all.
I think it's legitimate.
Like, our squad's looking in a decent place right
I think 50-50 is. I think that is, out of all the English ties you could get, that's the most enticing.
What about Liverpool City?
It's there, but you lot love each other too much. Yeah, you lot love each other too much.
Over
There's no hatred there.
Who do you think would have the edge in that? That's what I'm saying.
In Europe, for some reason, I favor you lot. Don't know why. I do favor you lot.
Obviously, it's good. I think you probably do that. You probably favor us because we've already beaten them before in the Champions League.
Yeah. That being said, Liverpool City is one of my favorite games from the season. The one at Anfield, just to watch from a neutral perspective. That game was phenomenal. From a neutral perspective,
I think second half. I was at that game. I remember. I think second half.
I think Chelsea Liverpool is better.
They dominated.
Chelsea Liverpool is better because there's actual rivalry there. Because City ain't got too many fans, number one, and Liverpool and City love each other. Oh, we're the best. No, you're the best. Best rivalry and all this crap. know what I'm saying? Where's the energy?
I go in on City players, don't I?
Yeah, it's absolutely disgusting. Yeah, for once, you're actually in the exception that is that is right. I'm not talking about you. Well, I'm saying
I'll
majority.
acknowledge when I have to that they're a top team with the top.
Yeah. We all acknowledge there's respect there. Think about it, Ryan. Me and you are cool. If Liverpool draw United, you know me and you will never say a respectful thing from when that's drawn until the second leg is not done to each other. That's all the conversation would be between.
Bro, and whoever wins, whoever goes through is making that other person's life.
Somebody could ask the question about who's the best tennis player out of Djokovic and Nadal, and you'll be like, "Yo, fuck United." You know what I'm saying? We're gonna pam you up again in the second.
If we
this is what I'm saying.
You honestly think you're hearing the end of that from me?
It's gonna be. That's what I'm saying. It's gonna be pure carnage. Whereas if it's City, it's all a loving. Not you in particular. I'm saying online. It's just hell of it. It's just more.
I'm on violence with whomever. Like, Yen can't speak to me without me asking her where a European Cup is. It is what it is. Like, oh, we won the Premier League. That's cool.
They say that every year. Oh, but we won the Premier League. Fuck the Premier League, innit?
Yeah, like that's the thing. Like, guys,
come on.
With these all English ties, there's just going to be violence, especially with whatever tie Chelsea are involved in. There's not going to be any sort of mutual respect.
Liverpool Chelsea would kick off. Liverpool Chelsea would kick off.
There's no
I think that would kick off more than the Manchester derby, Liverpool Chelsea.
Yeah,
guys, you don't understand the beef that Liverpool and Chelsea had in the 2000s.
It's
big.
I remember it.
In Champions League.
I remember it.
Like, I mean, older people will remember, but some of you younger viewers, between 05 and 09, it was bloodbaths. It was so much carnage. We need that back.
And even now, I think you're seeing the hatred. I think the hatred it was still there, but it kind of died down a little bit in like the middle.
It's because we were at like different places as a club.
Yeah, exactly. But now, because we're kind of up there, both of us, we've both won the Champions League in recent years and stuff like that. We both have success recently. There is that hatred and rivalry coming back, and obviously we're playing each other in the final this month as well. Like, there is a lot of that coming back now. Where if we were to draw each other in the Champions League, put it this way, there's going to be heavy police presence outside the stadiums before the two games, fam.
And the thing that makes me sad about just realizing how much younger people are on social media, or like how much they don't know about 2000s football. I tweeted regarding the Carabao Cup when the semifinals were drawn. I said Chelsea-Liverpool is a much bigger, a much more attractive final globally than a North London derby would be. And I had Arsenal Twitter my mentions like disputing that. And I'm like, guys, like, with all due respect, I know you're not very familiar with Champions League, but between 05 and 09, we contested 3 Champions League semifinals. We were in the same Champions League group, which is outrageous, right? And then we contested a quarterfinal as well.
With the 4-4.
Yes.
Like, not only that, people don't realize a lot of them are fucking good games and fucking close games as well that will always be remembered. The goal scored. They had moments in games that will always be remembered. The goal scored, the Reina saving the penalties, the 4-4, that 3-2 semi-final where you beat us as well. Like, there's so many memories in those games and great games that also kind of makes the kind of rivalry more iconic.
Yeah, and like people don't understand what it stands for or what it stood for at the time. So now I have people telling me a North London derby final would be more enticing to a neutral. I was like, you are insane. Carabao Cup having Chelsea-Liverpool in the final is exactly what Carabao Cup needs. Like, let's not.
It needs to add some spice to it. Absolutely.
Yes.
It needs to add some spice to it, 100%. But whatever, and also I look at it as well, not only from, like I said, the neutral perspective in terms of watching how much I enjoyed Liverpool City, but I'm old enough what Peter's talking about. I remember Chelsea-Liverpool as a Champions League. Like, Champions League, I enjoyed as a competition, especially back then when it was on ITV, the whole nostalgia thing. That adds into all of it too as well. Like, it's exceptional. And now we have content creator spaces like this. Reason also why I want an all-English tie, even if it's not United, because I know how much carnage this channel will be if we get Liverpool-Chelsea or Chelsea-City or Liverpool-City or United against any of those 3. Nuts. It's going to be crazy.
The Liverpool-United one would be a big one.
It'd be nuts, fam. Just from the draw. Like, I'm not even talking like, I'm talking like the draw alone. Like, the day that draw happens, never mind the actual tie itself. The build up to the tie, the result of the first tie, the reaction to the first tie, the second leg, you know what I'm saying, and so forth and so carnage, fam. Be great. Phenomenal.
It will be. I think it will be bigger than. I think it has to be in the knockouts. It has to be a two-legged tie rather than the final, innit? Because the final is just one game. With the two-legged ties, you're getting twice the kind of like.
Yeah, of course that adds to it because you're getting it. You're getting a match twice.
Oh, give me Liverpool in a semi-final right now. I'd sign up for it right now.
And it would be bigger if it was a semi-final for each one as well.
Absolutely. And I think, like I said, because I expect the 4 English teams to get through. I could be wrong on that, but I expect the 4 English sides. Half of the draw is now English sides. Therefore, a lot of averages.
I'd be shocked if you didn't get an all English tie this season.
And it's going to be, for some reason, just be my luck that is fucking us. I'm hoping
we need a two-legged all English tie. I agree.
I think we're going to get City again for some reason, just from a few years ago.
I'd love that. I think it'd be a great time.
I was low-key excited to play Liverpool last year. If you guys would have beaten Madrid, I was low-key very excited. I was like, ooh.
Oh, was that when Alvaro Morata packed them at Anfield?
No. When they got spun by Vinicius.
Oh yeah, that was it. I forgot you. When you said Madrid, I thought you meant Atletico.
Last year.
These men are always getting beat by Madrid's, innit? You just pick one. Go on.
You know that pissed me off last year when he got knocked out by Real. I can't believe that was like almost a year ago as well. That's weird.
Bro, I just wanted the Liverpool. I wanted the Liverpool second leg. I was like, you know what?
But you know what it was with that Liverpool Madrid game, Ty, is that I blame Klopp for that fully. Because what lost us that time was the first leg. The first half of the first leg, because we went 2-0 down because Klopp played the fucking dodgy midfield when he didn't need to, and then second half, like we got a goal, like weren't too bad. The first half lost it us, and then second leg we actually played well. We just missed chances, but that first leg fucked us over, innit? If Klopp had played the midfield he should have, I think we could have got through genuinely. But fucked it.
Question for all of us from Nippon says, do you think Romelu, man called him Lukaku the Kardashian, will recover from this? Timo, we'll go to you, fam. Will he recover at Chelsea? I don't know what he means fully by recover, but I'm guessing just in terms of just fun.
I just feel that after yesterday's performance, I'm kind of look at the grand scheme of things, since the interview and that. Guarantee, because what happened after that interview, yes, Thomas Tuchel goes behind the scenes and those two kind of like have talked each other, just forgive in both sides of parties. But I just think in terms of recovering from this, from the slander yesterday, like the criticism is warranted yesterday. He had a bad game. It is what it is. But I just don't think that the whole situation between Lukaku and Tuchel and that, it's not far from over. It's gonna be massive, like twists and turns in that kind of story, and I wouldn't be surprised if it might be happening sometime around next 2 months, in 2 months' time, and by the last stage of the season.
All right, so we'll see what happens with that. Pierre, what do you reckon? Does Lukaku recover? Does he find some form?
I don't even care, man. I just want to win the Champions League. I don't fucking care.
Don't you think his form could swing that in your favor though?
Nah, because we can win it without him. We've already shown that. Like, we could also just bench him and cook. Like, I'm at the point where, like, I'm not carrying Lukaku for the sake of it. Like, nah, he did that shit to himself, man. Like, if we got to put him on the bench and go with the Havertz Mount +1 front line, then it is what it is.
What front three would you go with, though? Havertz, Mount.
If it was up to me,
yeah. Who would you go with?
Probably Havertz. You see, it'd probably be Mount, Ziyech, and probably Havertz. I'd probably go with that, to be honest. Although, like, we're playing like a 4-2-3-1 now, more so. So just play Havertz to the center, Mount behind him, Ziyech on the right, and either Cho or Pulisic on the left. Then I don't have to see Lukaku or Werner, and I can be at peace. But nah, I'm at the point, like, I don't even care about Lukaku. I legit don't care. Like, oh, your striker flopped. Like, that's great. But, like, if we scoop trophies, are any of us really going to care?
It's all about trophies. What do you reckon, Ryan? Sorry, Peter. Go on.
I don't have to defend him. He's a grown man. He did it to himself.
Do you reckon he recovers?
No, I never thought he'd be a success at Chelsea to begin with, even before the interview, to be honest. I just think his game lacks a lot. And I'd never thought he was suited to Chelsea. A team who wants to challenge for titles and Champions Leagues. And at the end of the day, that interview's kind of like, it's caused too much damage that I think it's very hard to recover from that at the end of it. I think too much damage has been done with him, the manager. The fact that I think if Tuchel is actually trying to fit the system more to suit him, I think that's wrong. I think Tuchel, you've won a Champions League with that system. You continue with this same system that has brought you success at Chelsea at the end of the day. Forget about Lukaku. And that's if you know, and with Chelsea, that's the one thing I'd worry about. Is not Romelu Lukaku, but if Tuchel keeps trying to fit the system around him, it could get even worse, to be honest. But I don't see Lukaku coming back from this. His confidence is down as well, you can tell. I don't think he really cares, to be honest, when I watch him play. You know, his mind, you know, let's be honest, it's not too much at Chelsea. So I think it's too much damage has been done for me.
Well, fair enough. Do I see him recovering from this? Maybe, because I didn't expect him to. I didn't go as far as Ryan in terms of I didn't expect him to be. I expected him to be enough of a success for Chelsea to compete. So I wasn't expecting him to come in and bag 20, 25 goals, but I thought he could come in and hit double figures, hit like 10, 15 and complement the system that Tuchel already had. And I expected one of the attacking players Chelsea had to step up at least, like out of a Ziyech, a Havertz, a Mount, a Callum Hudson-Odoi. Not a Werner, but like one of those to be like 6, 7 out of 10 every week. And then you add Lukaku into that being 6, 7, 10 out a week. Adding at the system, having Tuchel defensively, how good they are, the wing backs, etc. I expected more from him. So he's not been helped. But then the interview is damning. So does he recover from this? Probably not. I think it's too. Once you make it clear you don't want to be there, it's tough. Like once you say what you said, and even Chelsea fans, you heard Peter say like he's just like, all right, whatever. We've been successful without you, type of thing. That's how they're looking at it. It's not like they're looking to drag him to success. And man basically said, "Yo, I only came here because I didn't want to. Only came here because I didn't.
They
I didn't
offer
have
me with a contract or something.
Yeah, more money and options and stuff like that. So yeah, do I think he recovers? Not fully, no. But hey, if he turns his form around, people will forget. 100%. Favorite Champions League, we'll end on this question. Favorite Champions League match, not including the obvious example, for example, winning the final. Big up Lewis in the cut as well. You know what I'm saying? Out here, man. He out here. Large up Lewis, man. Favorite Champions League match.
Are we talking just in general? Like
you can say both. All right, so for your club, we'll make it a 2-part question. So for your club, excluding a final though. So for your club and just in general.
Favorite one. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll go first. I will say the 4-4-1, the quarterfinal second leg.
What game is this?
Liverpool when it was 4-4 in the second leg in the quarterfinal in 2009.
Shit, I forgot about that game.
Bro, I'm telling you, we had some bangers with Liverpool.
I was mad still, I can't lie.
I forgot about that. My memory's terrible. But I bet if I seen the game, I'll be like, oh yeah, I remember watching this. That's the crazy
You don't
part.
remember the game?
I remember
I do remember the game.
Remember that game.
We went 2-0 down the first half, and then
you went 3-2 up, and then we went 4-3 up, and then they equalized.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
Let me check. Let me see the scorers.
That game, I remember.
Let me check.
Nicholas and it was an own goal by Pepe Reina in the second half, and then Alex
Reina fucked up. The Alex scored a free kick, and I think Lampard scored twice, from what I remember.
Yeah.
For us, it was Aurelio scored a sick free kick. Alonso scored a penalty. Kaut scored a header, I think, and I think Lucas scored a deflected goal or something like that. I remember.
For me, my
remember Aurelio's free kick.
My favorite match as a neutral, it was the 2014-15 round of 16. It was the second leg. It was Schalke versus Real Madrid. Okay. Schalke lost the first leg at home 2-0. So they came to the Bernabeu down 2-0 and effectively out of the competition. I don't know how he got this job, but Di Matteo was Schalke's manager at the time. They had Huntelaar, they had Max Meyer, they had Leroy Sané off the bench, they had Christian Fuchs playing left back. They had a bunch of like just random players, right? Schalke went up 1-0. Real Madrid took a lead like 3-1, I think it was. And then Schalke like got in their Istanbul bag and they made it like 4-3. And so if they had scored one more goal, they would have gone through on away goals after winning 5-3 at the Bernabeu. And I think they like Casillas made like an amazing save in like the 90th minute. And I just remember watching that. Draxler was there, yes. Sané, who did Sané twist in half? I don't remember.
Sané was there.
But Sané was 18 at the time. I think he was 18 years old. He was a kid. He was a kid at the time. But that's my favorite match as a neutral because it was just like the most random, almost comeback you've ever seen. Full time, everybody was booing in the Bernabeu. But as far as Chelsea, there's a couple obvious candidates. I think my favorite, if we're excluding finals, my favorite Champions League match is either the 4-4 versus Liverpool or the second leg in 2012 against Barca. But yeah, those are my answers.
Flo still there?
Yeah. I'm still here. I'm just having a think as well. I'm trying to actually have a think.
I think for me,
go on, fam.
Favorite for actual Liverpool excluding final was that Barcelona game 4-0. That I was there that night. Like, it's probably the best night of my life, to be honest. Like, that was unbelievable, like crazy. In terms of another not non-Liverpool, in terms of there's a few. I remember, you know which final I really found entertaining was do you remember the Real Madrid Atletico final, but the second one where it went to penalties? I thought that was a good game actually. I enjoyed watching that one. And there was another game which I had in my mind actually. I enjoyed it when Sevilla knocked United out. That was funny.
Oh, and Ben Yedder dunked on everybody.
Ben Yedder dunked on them. That was funny, man.
Yeah,
I remember. I've probably seen the City Spurs. The City Spurs second leg was a great game.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I enjoyed
when Sterling got that disallowed goal. I had to inject that into my veins. That was such a beautiful moment. And when they got knocked out of by Leon as well, when they got knocked out by Leon, that gave me a lot of joy. The amount of times I rewatched that Sterling miss that night was crazy. I kept rewinding it and watching it again. Like, yeah, that gave me so much joy seeing Sterling miss that.
I still remember when this young unknown Kylian Mbappe just packed Man City, sent them out of the Champions League.
With Monaco.
Yeah.
Nah, but when they got knocked out by Leon, oh my days! That night was funny. The amount of times, like I said, I just watched that Sterling miss that night. It defo got at least probably about 20 times at least. I watched that.
Best and worst final you've watched. Worst final I've seen, Liverpool-Tottenham.
Yeah, I don't question that. I don't question that.
I didn't watch the 0-3 final between Juve and Milan that went to PKs. That was 0-0. I didn't watch that, but like,
I remember that. Jesus,
people I watched that. People I know watch that are like, that's one of the worst. But I didn't actually watch that, so
I watched it, because it was out of traffic.
Yeah, Liverpool Spurs, probably the worst final. The best one, if I'm taking Chelsea out of the equation, shit. I mean, obviously, 05 has got to be up there. Underrated one though, I think 2013 Dortmund Bayern at Wembley.
Oh, that was a great game. Actually, that's my favorite. That's up there. That's probably the best one I've watched.
Just like as a neutral, that's probably my favorite one I've seen.
That game was brilliant. The Dortmund Bayern game. That was an exceptional game. Both teams creating so many chances that game. That game was mad.
Yeah.
That game is a brilliant game.
And I can say in terms of favorite United Champions League, because we've had so many. But what definitely sticks out is has to be the game in Turin, the Juventus game. That's the one that sticks out because we were going out. I was devastated watching that 2-0 down, and we came back 3-2. Cold. The Barcelona one as well, the semi-final, when Scholes scored that screamer. That's another one. In terms of non-Manchester United, what was the game where Ronaldo scored the overhead kick for Madrid against Juventus?
Juve, when they won the first leg 3-0.
3-0. And then the second leg, do you remember? Oh, that second leg was mad.
Yeah, Juve did it Istanbul in the Bernabeu.
Ronaldo scored the last-minute pen.
Yeah, right. So that's probably the one that sticks. And yeah, in the part, you're right. Best Champions League final, United Chelsea, ITV with Clive. So that's gold, man. That will never be topped. You know what I'm saying? For those that know, obviously Peter in the US, but that will never ever be topped. ITV, they need to run that back, man. Get Clive Tilsley back.
Run Champions League and ITV again for sure.
Run that back, man. Get this back together.
Instead of on fucking BT Sport, fam. Like fuck.
Run that back. All right, people.
But we are gonna
go of them.
That's what's crazy what Daniel said as well. It's like Liverpool have probably had the best ever Champions League final in terms of the Milan one, but then the worst ever one in terms of the Tottenham one. Well, that's actually crazy.
I'd say. Liverpool for you, innit? Well, yeah, love to everyone that has locked in.
Just go from one extreme to another.
Facts. Wish they'd go just down the table. You know what I'm saying? Go extremely low. That's what I'd like. Sorry for funny. I'm being deadly, 110% serious on that. You know what? I'm also serious.
Middlesbrough at home.
Yeah, so you know what? This is when the FA, you talking FA 1 league title in 30 years, you giving it a big one. Fuck off. But as I was saying anyway,
Technically, we can still win 4 trophies this season.
Quick reminder as well. The quick reminder as well, Ryan. Still not watch Cobra Kai, and I'm still not going to. On that note, people, we're going to close out the show as well. Make sure you hit the like button on the video. Make sure you hit the like button on the video. Make sure you all don't watch Cobra Kai on purpose just to annoy Ryan. Make sure you subscribe to the channel as well, and make sure you follow myself, Timo,
you know what? I messaged Peter,
everyone here except for Ryan.
Today.
You know what I'm saying? And that, like, please don't, people. Don't. You know what I'm saying? Just don't watch it. And make sure you tweet Ryan and let him know you've not watched it. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go out of my way to tweet him in the morning and go, just letting you know, still not watch Cobra Kai in it. I'm going to tweet you it, definitely. 110%.
I actually hate you.
The feeling is something we agree on. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We can't talk about Cobra Kai, but we move. But make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.
Already talked about that on Finished Article the other day. By the way, subscribe to Finished Article, people.
Yes, make sure you do. But subscribe to the channel. Road to 4K Sarcasm City TV. We are gonna go live on GTA as well. That'll be on the Twitch, people. So we're gonna go live on the Twitch immediately after this. Run some GTA online missions. So if you want to see the worst criminals in the world, come join in the GTA festivities. Twitch Sarcasm City TV, people. Check out the upcoming live stream schedule tomorrow morning, people. So when you wake up, or to this morning, wherever you may be, it might be tomorrow, but the morning coming anyway. I'm going to do the whole schedule for next week, so you can check that out on YouTube. And it's the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A you get every Sunday night, every Wednesday night. But big up to everyone that's locked in. And this has been the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Big up for tuning in.
Champions of Europe,